Hey, so and,
It's where the wild
Absolutely.
things are. Oh, I dripped. I dripped.
you dripped?
Where the wild. I'm drippy. Where the
You
wild
drippy?
things are.
Coolin, do you wanna explain to these 3 the sad news that befell us this morning?
Oh, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Big Ounce, but he died.
Who is
Tragic.
he?
Big Ounce died.
He is a prairie dog on a YouTube channel. He
Oh
passed
no.
on. Yeah, he beat cancer earlier in the year, but I think old age just got him in the
Yeah.
end.
Or
And
did
Tragic.
he really beat cancer?
Yeah,
ooh.
the tumor went away. There you go. But it might have come back, Logan. I guess you have a point.
But yeah, so Big Ounce was a like, Coolin and I sent Big Ounce videos to each other fairly often, and, yeah, then today Coolin goes, "He's dead," and I go, "Who?" And he goes, "Big Ounce," and that was the saddest piece of news I've received all day.
Yeah, it was a
Let me
bad
see if
time.
let me see if I can find. Yeah, see, this one's called "Big Ounce Has Cancer," actually not clickbait. Um,
Big Ounce is a pet in the Urban Rescue Ranch, which is a place out of near Waco, Texas, that is a animal rehabilitation place.
I
So
found a I found a trap edit of Big Ounce. Let
yeah,
me
it
let
was
me
just really sad because at the end of the video, the guy was like, "We planted this like you didn't see Big Ounce at all in the video, which isn't atypical. Sometimes he's just not in." But the guy shows us a tree he planted, and he's like, "We planted a new tree because we lost an animal from the urban rescue ranch." And then he was like, "Send me pictures of Big Ounce." It's like, "Oh, Big Ounce, dude." What's this?
All right.
The other thing about Big Ounce was that he would, like, if he was on his back, a lot of times he would play dead.
Mm,
And so there's this one, which this one kinda aged like milk because he's actually dead now, but
Oh no.
Asa, are you in Spokane?
No, why would you say that?
You're just in a different room, my friend.
Yeah, I am.
I was like, "That's where I slept in that corner right there, I can see
In
it."
that corner. I have never heard of Big Ounce before.
Big Ounce is a hero.
Your hero
Coolin and I
Was a
had a
hero.
ooh,
was a hero.
alright,
Was a
alright.
hero. Hey, you could be beef and posting Weezer memes in the middle of our grief.
Yeah,
So
yeah, so we were grieving, uh, in our chat, and so Coolin goes, "Turble, Big Ounce," and I go, "No shot, Big Ounce is dead," and then Coolin sends a 21 gun salute, and I say it ain't so," and then Beef sends a Weezer meme, and Coolin goes, "Beef," and she just goes, "Sorry,"
yeah.
and I say, "Can't you see we're mourning?"
Well, are you guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in that case, gentlemen, welcome to the lands of intrigue and the whispers of deceit. Today we have probably one of the most challenging sessions to prepare for that I've ever done
Mm,
because there are so many different directions that this night could go.
all right.
Yes,
Are we
Chase?
on are we on part 13?
We are.
Dude, look at me. Look at me remembering numbers.
Oh,
Whoa.
Big
Oh,
man, big
dab,
man.
dab,
my
dab,
Does that
computer
mean I
would
have to watch my
crash.
words?
That means I have to that means I have to watch
Wait,
them both. I have
Mm,
to
wait.
moderate
We
them
have to
both.
watch our words. Is that what Asa said?
Yeah,
I'm
do I
pretty
have to
sure.
watch my
Yeah.
words and what I say?
No cursing. Oh, okay.
Also YouTube.
And YouTube.
That's fair. Fair point.
Caleb, why does it say you're playing Destiny 2? Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Oh, gotcha.
Just gonna be running Crucible while Ace is running a heist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you. It's gonna take a while.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if you get caught. If you get caught, it could cut
Immediately
it a
get
little
caught
short.
and die.
I don't
So
want it.
how's everybody feeling today? Feeling good? Feeling excited?
Everybody, can
I
someone
mean, in my
recap,
personal
please?
life, no, not the best, but here, yeah, I'm doing good.
AC, you want to talk about anything, my man? What's going on? What's
No, I'm good.
happening?
I'm fine.
Asa, just remember, when you do pour your heart out to us in about 30 seconds, it's being streamed on Twitch and YouTube.
Right.
And we will say that we don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Will you guys be there for me if I ever need anything?
Absolutely not.
No.
I hope whatever you're going through, I hope it
I
sucks.
mean, because people are watching, yes,
Yeah.
I will be there.
Yes, I'm something of a saint myself.
Right.
And with that in mind, let's talk about last week's session. We had a pretty eventful session. Would someone like to give our group a little bit of a recap?
Yeah, I'll do it. Why not? So, in Saradouche, not Saradouche, we're in Daramar. In Daramar, we approach and we are told that the queen just had her son and that they're throwing a banquet for in celebration of the newborn prince. So before that we realize, we'll go to this celebration and just, kind of eat, drink, and be merry. But before that, Draconis talked to his contact, who is Franche, and got a lot of intel about the Night Masks, specifically that the courts were planning to do something. And then, same thing, Asham prayed to Tyr, and Declan prayed to his books, and they got knowledge themselves as well. Soon after that, we all went to Tardeth to meet up with him and explain what happened and what's going on and what we've been doing. And we showed him the key singular of dissolution and said, "This is what we found. We know where another one potentially might be. We're gonna go get it tomorrow after the banquet." And to which Tardeth said, "Cool. We have guards set up to basically raid all of these Night Mask locations to hopefully stomp out a lot of the power of the Night Masks." Fast forward to when we go to the banquet. I believe Draconis and Nolan went to rob Inselm Hune again, while Declan and Asham went to the banquet. At the banquet, let's see, I got to pull up the names again. We had seen two characters who are in mine and Asham's backstory, and those two people are Duchess Dahlia Vamos and Duke Gareth Sharon. Specifically, Gareth Sharon in my backstory and Dahlia Vamos in Asham's backstory. So we had seen them, and although Declan tried to speak with them, to no avail. After that, Declan pulled Tardeth aside and told him that Duke Sharon wanted Marilyn Haresdown dead, and he wanted Declan to do it. And luckily, Declan got Tardeth to believe him. Then we find out that the ambush on the Night Masks, or the raid on the Night Masks, went horribly wrong, and that they were ready for it. And so Asham, Tardeth, and Declan all go running to the first attack sites, and we see nothing but guards slaughtered and killed. And then upon return to the banquet, after checking all the locations, being carried out are Queen Zaranda, the king, and the prince. All three of them have been killed. And Declan investigated to see that it was by means of vampire attack. So it's only safe to assume that it was the Duke and Duchess that killed everybody at the banquet. So, and now we're screwed.
And
Man, food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Coolin wasn't there for that. Coolin was his PC pooped out on him,
Yeah.
or his internet.
effing.
So, you guys, we are going to take it back a few steps, and we're going to take it from the moment when Nolan and Draconis left the banquet, or left Tardis' rooms to go for Inselm Hune's estate. And so, we are going to take it from there. You guys have just left the royal palace, and you have made your way across the city of Daramar to Hune's estate. All of this death and destruction has yet to occur, even though we know what will happen later on tonight. Okay?
All right.
So-
I get a prompting from the Holy Ghost and I go back.
Wait, that means we have an opportunity to go and stop it.
We time travel.
Quick, party.
All right,
Draconis,
Hermione.
Draconis dons his representative of the Church of Jesus Christ black name tag.
You know what? The
Oh,
Queen
me.
needs to hear this message.
It is me, Elder Draconis, and this is my companion, Elder Ashbourne.
And so we will cut to the shenanigans of this heist, where you guys are standing just outside of the estates, where there is a wall that stands probably 8 to 10 feet high, made entirely of stone, going all the way around the estate. Resting atop the stone wall are small iron spikes that are ornamental and decorative, but still quite effective at keeping people out. There are 2 guards at the front gate, and where you guys left last time, Draconis, there is a small side door on the other side of the estate. That is where you guys will find the back entrance to the actual building, where you'll find that main hallway you guys exited from. The small offshoot from that main hallway is where you saw the vault last time. So,
Be careful, Draconis. You no longer have Keeper's flawless stealth and
I know.
Declan's amazing misdirection. So
these the back wall has a door. You said, right?
yes, a small
So-
side door.
Okay. So I go up to the side door and I give a secret knock.
Okay. If you guys would please join me in the music. This is
Yes.
quite fitting, I think.
Now, can I hurry and cast a spell before we split
Yeah.
apart?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to cast
Yes,
Pass Without
you're
Trace.
so... Logan.
What was that spell?
Pass
Coolin?
Without Trace. I'll read it.
Increases stealth, right?
That's
The veil
awesome.
of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet, including me, has a +10 bonus to stealth checks and can't be
Yeah.
tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
That was my favorite thing to cast as a Shadow Monk, dude. I loved Pass Without Trace.
So
That is a pretty hefty spell.
It's
Goodness
nutty.
gracious.
I'm just gonna Pass Without Trace on us.
Okay.
So
And you will feel the shadows kind of envelop you, and you guys just seem to blend into the into the night. However, as you approach that side gate or that side door, you will find that the entire area is pretty darn well lit. Those shadows will kind of dissipate, though the spell is still active. Once you find more shadows, the spell will take more of its intended effect. And so with that in mind, Draconis, would you please demonstrate this special knock?
Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, let me just do this real quick.
And the guard from the inside will go, no,
You hear the guard from the inside sounds exactly like Logan.
So yeah, I go knock, 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 knock.
And with that, you'll hear from some footsteps from the other side, where a little hatch on the door will open up, and this gruff sort of human man opens the door, and he'll say, "Hi, what do you want?"
So before doing this heist, and we were going to meet up with like the guards that we paid off. What I'm just assuming that this is. I'm just kind of acting like this is the thing that we planned on doing, just going to the door and giving a secret code. Cheese burrito.
Cheese burrito?
Yes, it's a. You're hungry, aren't you? And I pull out a steaming cheese burrito.
Can we get a confirmation that burritos actually exist in Faerun?
They do now.
They do
They
now.
do.
They do now. And the gentleman will look at that burrito with a small amount of lust in his eyes.
Yes, yes.
Then he'll look back up to you and he'll say, "Son, I think you're in the wrong place." And then he's going to close the hatch.
Oh, nice try though.
I suppose we need to resort to some less than practical entrances.
I guess so. Wait, so Logan, how are we going to do this? I kind of just went in. But how did you want to do it?
So I have a series of plans.
Mhm.
It is up to you guys to try to figure it out, because we decided to charge in here without doing any spying or
Recon.
planning. Recon.
I mean, I did all of that, but okay, if you don't want to remember it.
Am I forgetting? Did you do that?
I don't remember it.
I did.
I think you got names of people that we could potentially pay off,
Right.
but I don't think we actually
also-
put any money into it yet.
I also think
So-
you did do recon like the first time, so you know like the layout of the building,
Yeah.
but you don't know
Right.
exactly.
Oh,
where
and
the
I
guards
think
are
I was
now.
going to do. I think I was going to do some recon, but Logan shifted the party to this night instead of tomorrow night. That's right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
But we did end up paying some people off. So,
Oh, did you pay people?
well, I told the guy that we met with, like, okay. He gave us a list of names. I was like, okay, you pay them off. Like, we'll make sure to pay you, but you pay them off, and then everybody gets paid off in the end.
that's right. I had forgotten about that. So let me rescind that.
Cheese burrito.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna stick with that. That still happened. He still closed the hatch. But let me give you the names of those people he gave you.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that name.
The first is Hector Yakult.
Hector.
It sounds like
Yakult.
it sounds like he's saying like to heck with your cult. Heck to your cult.
All right.
Hector Yakult.
Baggy and marbles.
Hector.
Magno.
What was the name you had, Caleb?
All right. I just sent you guys the image of Hector.
Hector.
He's kind of like the second in command here.
Okay.
And he also gave you this woman's name. Well, no.
Ooh!
Sir Nugget, biscuit, nugget, and a
I
biscuit.
didn't know there were women. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh dearie me.
Okay. So he
And
gave you
Malone.
these two names. Hector
Okay.
Yakult, who is kind
Oh.
of like the second in command at the
Okay.
estates of Inselmhune, and Yuli Minch. She is
Hmm.
a friend of
Okay.
Inselmhune, and she is trying to seduce Inselmhune.
Oh.
You would know that she wants any and all reason for Inselmhune's wife to be taken out of the picture.
Oh,
Mm.
is this turning into a birder? A birder?
I'm not gonna say what it is, but I think we all have an idea. So
Okay.
Are we
that's what
into
she wants. She wants the wife out of the picture. Her motivations are still unknown at this
Okay.
moment. Hector Yakult. He is a lieutenant who is one that doesn't really drink. He doesn't really gamble like a lot of the other guards. What he does do is have a quite severe addiction to amphetamines.
Ah.
He is pretty much constantly on speed, and
Same.
the watch captain, Gyush Gizek, does not know. Gyush Gizek.
Yush Gazek was my nickname in high school.
Let me
Goose
actually. I'll send you guys Gyush Gizek real quick.
Okay. So, Uli Minch, did we have a
Yuli.
conversation with her, or were we put in like?
These
This
are
is-
names given to you by the
Okay.
informant.
Okay.
Dude, I like Yush.
Right.
He's cool.
So is
So if you
Uli Minch?
guys-
Is she there?
She might be. She might be.
Okay. All right.
So
So,
Gyush
okay, if-
Gizek is the head of security. He's
Okay.
not prone to excess. He's actually really good at his job. He's an old soldier.
Okay.
And
But he's
now
not one of the guys that we can pay off.
No.
Oh,
But I just decided to send you this guy.
Yeah,
and his
just
picture
like
because he's pretty cool.
Just imagine that
Okay.
Oliver would have given you that name.
Okay. Knowing this information, imagining we're still at the party, could I ask some people about, because there's a lot of high profile people there. Let's just kind of let's rework this evening really quick. Now that
Okay. Now that we have that information, which
okay.
I should have given you before.
No, you're
Pardon
good.
me.
Let's so before we leave the party, I wanted to ask Hume, his wife, is she looked upon fairly? Like, I just get a little dirt on her before we go to this heist. I'm not.
All right.
I don't know. Do you look upon her fairly, Draconis? That's your question.
So, we'll say that you approach Inselmhune, and he is mid-conversation with
Oh, we're talking to him.
Lackey Orb.
Okay. Cool.
Is that not who you were saying?
I wanted to ask people at the party their thoughts on his wife. If she's a good person, if she's not a good person.
He's trying to justify murdering her.
Oh yeah, you're all of a sudden you just threw murder into this, and now I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me just get an idea of who I'm potentially murdering here.
So, go ahead and roll for investigation.
Okay.
And performance. You're trying to.
And also, roll for athletics, just because it's fun.
Oh my goodness.
And also,
okay.
roll your
as
final
you're
death
trying
save.
to secretively gather some intel, you're looking for the right people to ask.
Okay.
So, go ahead
Tell me
and
what to
roll
roll, yeah.
performance first.
Okay. Okay. I got it. It's performance was a 14.
Okay. Now
Actually,
go
wait.
ahead.
It's close to that. I'm trying to.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that investigation now.
Okay, perfect. That is a 15.
A 15. So between those two rolls, you are able to not super deftly, but with sufficient sufficiency,
Mhm.
yes,
Yes.
navigate the ball, or not the ball, the thing, the event.
Yes.
Yes, the
When you
banquet. Thank you
efficiently
for helping
navigate
me
the
with my
Yeah,
ball.
words,
I was
guys.
gonna say.
Navigate
Yes,
the
significant.
banquet, and people don't notice you too much because your performance is pretty good. Through the first couple of minutes, you're able to find very little that you didn't already know, or that isn't common knowledge. But as you continue, we'll say this takes maybe a half hour, you're able to find that Inselm Hune's wife is a simple woman. She is kind and earnest,
Mm.
which is a stark contrast to Inselm Hune, who
Okay.
is cunning and conniving and very prone to self-indulgence.
Mm.
She is very prone to taking care of her family.
Okay. Not killing his wife. Got it. Understood. Okay,
Is
perfect. All
there
right, we
anything
can
else
leave
you'd like
now.
to look for? Okay.
Nolan, is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm just here for the ride, my friend.
Okay, perfect. Clap my hand on the shoulder, then let's get going.
And then at this point, I'd like to cast that spell. I guess for flavor's sake. It doesn't change, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
want to cast it like when we're at the party. I'd
Just
rather just cast it when
this
we show up at this
massive
place.
Just this
smoke
dark
cloud.
cloud.
Right.
Cool. So
Wait, so
once
you guys
oh, go
are
for
you
it.
guys leaving for the mansion right now?
Yes.
Okay. As you guys leave, Declan will just give a little.
Okay.
Good luck on
Wave.
today.
This looks
And
like
with
quite
that,
the party.
It does.
the sneaking
Did you want to
begins.
stay?
Heavens no.
Heavens
Heavens
no.
no.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys
And when we're close
exit
to the mansion, we'll change into the uniforms that I stole.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and do so. So, you guys. Okay.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Once we're at the mansion, so what do we see in terms of like how heavily guarded does it look like here? Like what? Like how bad is it? I guess like are
It's
we
pretty
going to be
bad.
able to pull? Okay, it's pretty bad. Uh,
Yeah. So, after the heist a couple weeks ago,
mhm.
where there was a image floating in the sky, the
Who did that,
daughter's
dude?
room was pillaged and plundered. Um, security has been tripled, though a good deal of that security is outside the royal palace tonight. Right now, it is probably close to double the amount of security that there was last time.
So
So
follow.
right now, I have there's like somewhere between like 15 to 20 guards on duty right now.
Okay,
You could
we
take
can
him.
take him. So how much like plant life is there growing on this or like around like is there vines around entrances? Like what are we talking
Yeah.
about in terms of plants and all that?
Yeah, so let's say that there is. So I've already described the wall going around the estate, but there is also on the outsides of the walls is a large road, and that road would probably be comparable to like a two-lane street in our world today. Um, and on either side aren't very many plants. but there are a good number of plants inside the walls on Inselm Hune's side.
Okay.
And so, yes, there are vines on certain parts, a couple towards the main entrance, but a good deal more towards the rear, including next to that back gate.
All right. Draconis, I propose we go around the back end of the house. I may be able to make something happen. Make it so we can't be followed.
Let's do it. I agree.
I concur.
Okay. So what are we doing? I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm waiting to kind of.
So,
Yeah.
well, so the back door we have to knock, right? Or we have to
Right.
try and get in without causing a ruckus. So when we're on the back, are we talking like garden levels of plant life that are hanging around?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, if not a greenhouse, then this is where Hune's wife does a lot of her day activities,
So
day-to-day
I
things.
would like to get into the highest concentration of plant life that is immediately on the house, like these vines that might be going around windows or doors or whatever. So like I guess within 30 feet of me, how many plants? Like I just want to be in a place where there are a lot of plants on the building itself, I guess, or just really near entrances and windows and all that stuff.
Yeah, so we'll say that just on the other side of the wall is entirely covered with vines.
Okay.
Beyond that, there are a couple of trees, some of which are tall, some of which are small. But there are potted plants and boxes of plants, ranging from exotic flowers to, day-to-day vegetables that I'm sure the Hune's attendants use in their cooking.
All right. I'm going to ask more questions about the plants.
By all means, by all
Uh,
means.
so there are plants on the wall. How far away from the actual building itself are the walls?
So we're gonna say on this back side, there's
Mhm.
probably only 10 feet or so between the back wall and the building. So what
And
I'm picturing is if my torso's the corner,
mhm,
the gate is right here,
mhm.
and the building is over here. There's maybe like a 8-foot gap between this back wall and the building.
Okay.
This is where the gate is, and it's like a side gate slash rear side of the back wall. Or,
Right.
yeah.
So, and then a final question, I think. How
Well,
big are these vine growths, and are they a singular plant, or is it like multiple plants that
what are
are
you
kind
looking
of
for?
Okay, I'll just tell you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get myself concentrated in this area, and I'm going to cast Speak with Plants. And it says you imbue plants within 30 feet of you limited sentience and extra animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow simple commands. You can question plants about events in the spell's area. Uh, you can gain information about creatures that have passed, weather, and other circumstances. You can also turn difficult terrain caused by the plants into ordinary terrain, or you can turn ordinary terrain where the plants are present into difficult terrain, causing vines and branches to hinder pursuers, for example. Plants may be able to perform other tasks on your behalf, GM's discretion. The spell doesn't
Hmm.
enable plants to uproot themselves and move, but they can freely move branches, tendrils, and stalks. Uh, so I'm going to try and communicate with as many of these plants as I can, and I'm going to ask them to just lock down this back part of the building. Like, I just want them to make it as difficult as possible for things to go in. It also says the spell can cause the plants created to entangle and release restrained creatures. So I would just like to convince the plants on the walls, the plants in the pots. I would like to be like, hey, I'm your pal. I'm your best friend. I can talk to you. I don't want to do any harm here, but I want you to lock down this back area so we can't, you know,
Be
so
harmed.
nothing bad happens here, basically.
Uh-huh.
like an escape route if we need or something like that.
Right. Or like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like if people, it's like if you see people that are trying to harm us, help me in any way you can. I just want your help.
Yeah. So as you say those words, the vines, you'll hear this like a little voice, almost like a little spray of mist coming from the vines,
Oh,
pour
take me
down
to
upon
dinner
you,
first. Oh my.
and say,
Yes, sir. I can do that.
and then you'll hear a cry from the other side of the wall that's snuffed out instant, and you will hear the crashing and thrashing of dirt and roots being lifted up out of the ground. Yes, Chase?
Does Draconis hear the yes sir and then all this happen, or does he just think that the plants are uprooting themselves?
He just hears the plants uprooting themselves.
And
He
then
doesn't hear the voice.
Do I hear the cry of help in the distance?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's just on the other side of the wall.
Oh, okay.
We'll say that there's a little crack in the door, or in the door frame,
Right.
where you can see the gentleman who just slammed the door in your face or closed the little hatch,
Right.
being wrapped up in tree roots.
What did you say to the plants, Nolan? What?
They are our allies, Draconis. That is all that matters. Let us
Let
go in.
Yes, let's do it. Could you ask them, really quick, what do they know the guard schedule? How often they rotate guards?
When you do that, Nolan will nod, and then he'll turn toward just the nearest plant, and he'll just be like, Asaroth, Marshal, just speaking Elvish to him.
Right.
And you will hear also in Elvis, and the plants will then tell you,
The guards will rotate in 4 minutes. You have to hurry.
We haven't much time, Draconis. The next rotation is in 4 minutes.
Okay, let's go. I assume the door's locked.
it is.
Okay.
So you guys are technically still outside the first
Right.
gate. So
Right.
how are you guys going to get past the gate or past the wall?
Tell the plants to open the door.
Yeah, I mean, if they'll do it.
I suppose so. Let's see.
Could you get the door for us, friends?
We can try.
And then you'll hear or actually, you'll see roots bristle up out of the ground, and they'll start to pull on the door, and you'll hear some creaking and groaning of wood, but unfortunately it is too strong, and the gate does not open.
It's okay.
And you'll hear the plants, another spray of mist goes down and says,
It's too thick.
Thank you, friends.
No worries. And I pull out a lock-picking set and I try to pick the door.
go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Perfect. Does a 18 work?
It certainly does. What's your DC, by the way? Or sleight of hand bonus?
+6.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. What are you planning,
Hey,
Logan?
You just set the DC for the vault door.
I should have said +2.
as you unlock the door, the scene before you is displayed in all of its gory terror. These plants have caused spiky vines to encapsulate not one but 3 guards. The one at the front gate and 2 outside the door, or the back door to the building. And
Okay.
each of them is covered in all of these tiny little thorny wounds, and they're just like, oh! As
I'm
they
gonna
see
walk
you
in.
enter.
Since we're wearing guards, I'm gonna act like we're supposed to be here and be like, oh no, I'm gonna go get the pesticide and run into the house.
Ah, yes,
Um,
the pesticide.
Technically, pesticide doesn't kill plants; it kills pests on the plants.
We need the herbicide.
Oh, yes, correct. You're right. That's what I meant.
And
then
you'll
I'll
hear
whisper to
the
plants, it's not true. It's not true.
I was just about to say you'll hear another spray of voice on you, and it'll say.
Please, sir.
And as you say that, Draconis, the guards will then say,
No, don't worry. I'll be back. I'll be back.
okay. As you enter, or pardon me, the back door technically locked. The one of the guards will give you a little keychain, or
Oh, perfect.
like reach down. He's like,
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
and he'll hand
I
you
see
a
that,
little
yeah.
ring of keys.
Perfect.
Oh,
And
hold up. So at that guy, I'll be like, do you know what's going on here? Are you an ally? I guess while he's tied up. Because if he is, I'll tell the plants to drop him. But because he just handed us the keys.
Well, I think it's because I said I was gonna go get like.
Oh,
help, like,
okay,
right.
okay. Then I
Right.
don't say that. Then I
Okay,
don't
good.
say that part.
Go.
okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna run to the door. So the back door is close to the vault, correct? That's
It
what we saw
is.
last time.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna fumble with the keys and open the door and like slam it open. And I'm gonna assume do I see some guards by the vault?
So there's this main hallway that
Okay.
leads to that like center courtyard in the main or in the center of the building.
Right.
And then leading off to the side, so it's probably 15-20 feet in front of you. That's
Okay.
the offshoot that leads to the vault.
Okay, I see. Okay. So
But there are 2 more guards within
Okay.
eyesight of this main hallway.
okay.
One is in the main courtyard in the the center square room.
Yeah. Are they okay? I have a
And
question.
the other is at the start of the offshoot. Yeah.
Are they walking towards the vault like they're about to go relieve the guardsmen over there?
No, but as they hear you slam the door open, both of them are going to turn to look at you.
Okay. Okay. I am going to open it up and be like, there's trouble in the courtyard. We need help.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna just kind of be like, do you know where the shovels and rakes or like herbicide is? What?
No,
Oh, yeah, please.
Please, no.
go ahead and make a deception check.
Okay. Let's see.
Question: are there any guards with dogs here or anything? Or
There
like
are
small
not.
rodents, insects.
I start. I'm learning
there
more
is
and
a
more about
house
you.
cat.
All right. No taken.
Actually, you know what? There are 2
No
house
taken.
cats. An
Okay.
orange tabby with 6 toes named Tiger, and a black and gray cat named Smokey. She's a little smaller than Tiger.
Are they
That's a
your
good
cats?
No, they're the cats at my gym.
I knew it.
Smokey is sweet and tender. Tiger's a little butt.
17 by the way.
On the deception?
Yeah.
Okay. The first guard will turn to look at you. And this is the one. He's like 15 feet away from you. He's standing at the opening to the offshoot, or like the secondary hallway. The next one, who's further down the hallway, he will say, "All right, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. You just hold tight." And the one who's closer is gonna charge out and go to a little storage shed out back where he keeps some axes. They are going to start chopping away at the tree roots.
Okay. Let's see.
And they,
Do not copy
"Aren't
that.
you gonna come
Go
help?
outside.
Aren't you gonna come help?" And he'll start whacking away. And he gestures to a second axe right there.
Okay. I am going so that there's one guard outside, right? Doing this?
Yes, the other has
Okay.
gone to
Oh.
fetch herbicide.
Lob his head off.
Okay.
Can I hurry and tell the cats? I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals. And I'm gonna tell the cats to please interrupt the guard getting the herbicide as much as they can. Knock it off a shelf. I don't
Drink
know.
it.
Whatever. I definitely don't drink it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my fault.
I don't want. Come on, dude. Be realistic here.
Okay. They are
Yeah.
both going to roll a luck check to see how efficiently they are going to be able to delay the herbicide guard.
All right.
Okay. And they
Can
have
I
rolled.
pet one of their necks so they get advantage on one of their rolls?
Very well. Very well.
All right.
Okay. And
It was the
okay.
exact same roll.
All right.
But it was worth a shot.
All right.
However, that one guard is waiting for one of you to stay out back and the other guards free.
So
Okay.
Unless
what did
you
you
just
wanna do,
to tell him
Thomas?
something else.
No, I want to hear a thought. You seem like you had an idea.
is he actively trying to cut the plants down and turned away from us?
I
Yeah.
think he's grabbing an axe and he's in the middle of the act about the job.
So I'm going to whisper a command to the plants to is he wearing like full armor, like a helmet and everything?
He's wearing chainmail and a helmet, yeah.
I would like to just ask the plants to, in like, again, I'm going to use the common language between us as Sylvan, I think.
Mhm.
Just because I can speak Sylvan and I can choose what language they understand. So I'm going to use Sylvan and I'm going to tell them to remove his helmet if they can. And then I'm going to pick up the axe and I'm going to walk up behind this guy. And if they get the helmet off, I'm going to just shove it down into the top of his head.
Oh,
Okay.
he really doesn't like
Okay.
humans. Okay. I'm making a mental note of this.
This man starts chopping his way through those tree roots at the base of this one guy's leg, and reaching down from up above, one of the vines will slowly reach down, very quietly. He can't hear it because of the muffled cries of the guards he's trying to free.
All right.
And that helmet will, in an instant, whoop, get lifted off his head. Make that attack roll as that man reaches for his helmet.
All right.
You are still behind him. He does not know you're there.
20.
Nat 20?
So, the other two guards, the two that are right there,
Mhm.
are just gonna see you grab the axe, stand behind their friend, and then his helmet gets pulled off, and you grab that axe, and in one beautiful and terrible overhead strike, goosh, lop all the way down to that man's sternum. That man is dead in one hit.
All right.
I'm gonna shout out, you missed the brunch!
By the gods, I did.
That's got to be like a deception at disadvantage, dude. There's no way. There's no way they're gonna buy that.
Well, is he the only one? The other ones are wrapped up in the brambles, right? He's the only one there.
Yeah.
Just
No,
saying.
listen, I'm not saying they're going to be able to do anything about it, but if you're going to try and be like, oh, you missed the branch when you cleaved this dude down to the sternum.
These dastardly plants removed his helmet. I thought it would have clinked away otherwise.
But heavens, go ahead and roll a deception at disadvantage. All three of those outside guards will roll
Okay.
insight.
Okay. What do I get for deception? Where is it? 15.
Oh heavens!
15?
Oh heavens!
Oh, good heavens.
What save I
I rolled,
missed?
I rolled a 19 and a 16. So
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, two of the guards you'll see, like, look down at the dead body, and then up to you as you say, "Good heavens!" And they're gonna like, their eyes will soften, and they'll say, or you'll just hear them say, "Mm, while the other one is stay silent and look at you.
I'll just look back at him.
Oh,
And you'll raise
Then
the
he
axe.
looks at me.
I'll just
And
like
I
the
look
axe
at
is at my
him.
side, and I'll just look at him, and then I'll turn around to leave.
Then
And
he
I'm gonna
looks
keep
at
the
me.
axe on me if I can.
And I look at him.
and he looks
Okay,
at me.
Let's go inside now. And I'm just going after he comes in, I'm just gonna close the door and lock it.
And lock it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And by this time, the okay. You will hear a pot crash from the second level, crash
Huh.
over the banister,
Oh,
and you'll hear that same guard, the herbicide guard, say, "Tiger, you blasted cat! What are you doing?"
What is- Perfect.
And with that, you guys are able to step further into the building. And off to your left, you see the hallway leading to the vault. Between you and the vault stands about 40 feet of hallway and 2 iron barred gates that were not there before.
Hmm.
Both
And
are closed.
no guards? Oh, okay.
There are 2 guards at the end of the hallway, just in front of the vault.
Let's see. So it's been almost about 4 minutes now. Are there any guards here to relieve them, or like they're walking this way?
We're going to say that this has just been about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Because you guys just poked in,
Okay.
stuff,
Then
went back
let's-
outside, and back in.
then yeah, let's act all. I'm gonna tell Nolan to follow my lead. Let's act like we're supposed to be here, and let's walk down the hallway.
all right.
Um,
I follow
and
this.
we go up to the guards, and I say, we're here to relieve you.
So there are, pardon me, perhaps I poorly explained. They are standing right outside the vault door.
Right.
There are 2 iron gates between you and those guards.
Oh, well, guess who has the keys?
Indeed. Go ahead
I
and try
start-
them.
Okay. Did you want me to roll for it or just try it?
Just try them.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
explode
so
in your hand.
Looking at the keys, does it seem like any of them do fit the lock?
It does not.
Okay. I
Can be deceiving.
I then I'll just kind of raise my hand and kind of shout to them. We're here to relieve you.
Go
Okay.
ahead and roll an insight check.
Okay.
You're
That's-
dead.
You're dead.
Does the armor we're wearing change our AC at all?
Oh yeah.
For the sake of ease of use,
Insight.
let's just say that you have the same
Okay.
stats as the armor you're normally equipped.
Awesome.
Okay, 14.
Like in a video game, this is just
14.
cosmetic armor. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Indeed, this is purely cosmetic. You'll see that one of those guards seems particularly jittery. He seems particularly jumpy. And as you call that out to him, he'll say to his guard companion next to him, he'll say, "Come on, it's time to go. They're here for us. It's time to go. Let's go." And he'll get up off of his chair and just like start going to the door. but the older, more gruff companion will put an arm on his, or grab his arm, and he'll say, "No, we need the clearance code."
Interesting.
Please tell me it's cheese burrito.
Are there any plants in this hallway?
Unfortunately, there are not. Not this time.
Rip.
Takes the cast speak with plants, even though he doesn't have it.
I
Okay.
don't know. We might just have to do some bull honky here, Asa. I don't think I've got anything.
Yeah.
How big are the gaps between the iron bars?
About 10 feet.
Okay.
No, like individually. Like if I was
6 inches or so.
okay.
I have an idea.
All right.
Oh boy.
Okay, let me see if this works.
I cast fireball.
So you said they're 45 feet away, right?
Yeah, about 40 or
Okay.
so.
Let's see. Let me just read this with the. Okay. Okay, never mind. Okay, I was gonna cast Zone of Truth, and then, but they're aware when I cast Zone of Truth, so that won't work. Okay. So is this one of the guards one of the guards that was talked about when is he Hector? Is Hector one of them?
Yes. You are able to see through his semi-disheveled appearance that this is indeed Hector Yakult, the speed addict.
Okay.
This man is just jittery as crap all the time.
Yeah.
And is the guy
Interesting.
next to him because you explained him as gruff? Is he Yush?
He is not.
Okay.
Okay.
If it was,
Interesting.
he would recognize that you are not on his team.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of call out and be like, come on, Hector, let's move it along, Oliver. I'm gonna kind of like drop the word, or would he actually remember it? Would he know Oliver then? Like, is he like his distributor? Is he like?
You don't know that information.
Okay. Okay, so we know that he is addicted to speed. And he's jittery.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I've got caffeine.
And you do know that Oliver is an alchemist.
Oh, that's right. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna name drop Oliver, and like there could be a million Olivers. So I'm gonna be like, Oliver, hurry up, Oliver sent us. It's we need there's a ruckus outside. We need to hurry this along.
At the name Oliver, he's gonna stop kind of tugging at the gruff man's wrist or grip, and he's gonna turn to you, and he's just gonna be like, "Oliver."
Yes, he has a shipment for you. He's it's we have it here.
What kind of shipment?
Your shipment.
Gosh. He told us to be he didn't want us to say it out loud, but it's something to help you with your mental state.
My mental state.
Right.
Right. I did ask Oliver for that. It's true. Though I'm not quite sure who you are. And
Or,
how you would know about this.
We were hired last week, and we it was a special request.
Ah, special request. Special request. I've got to go. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay.
He, she, me, you.
I
with
have to go. That's hilarious.
But sir, he has my drugs.
18.
Okay.
I have really good deception and persuasion.
Nice.
Paladins do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The older, more gruff guard is going to see the anticipation on his colleague's face, and begrudgingly, he will pull out his key ring to open the gate. Yes. And they will make it to that second gate and open the second one.
Okay.
Both gates are now open, and Oliver is going to run out of the building towards the front gate, where you assume he will go straight to Oliver, straight to jail.
Straight to jail. Right away.
Now the watch
more-
is incomplete. Surely you would like one of us at least to guard with you.
The more gruff guard has his assignment already,
Okay.
and is going to go look at the muffled cries of his companions outside.
Right.
Does he walk past us?
And he walks past you.
Does he give us the keys to the place, or does he?
He assumes you have your own keys.
Okay. I'll just let him
gonna
assume that
lift
then.
The axe.
No, whoa! And like as he passes, I'm gonna grab his hand and put it down. Like, no.
You guys now have an open walkway to the main vault.
Okay. I'm gonna, as we go through the gate, I'm gonna lock the gates. I mean, can I like unlock or lock a picket to lock it? I guess.
This is a key only sort of lock
Key
system.
only. Okay. Then we'll just close it.
Okay. So the gates are unlocked at this moment.
Yeah.
But
they're
they are closed.
but unlocked. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As we go over to the vault, I will make sure the way's clear.
Yeah, so as you make your way down the hallway, you're standing just before the vault.
Right.
There is a stairway on this side and another hallway like the main hallway that you guys just came from on this side of the building. So if the building's a square, there are two main hallways. This was just, or pardon me, it's like a square of hallways, and you guys just made it to one of the corners.
Oh, okay. So there's another hallway going down the other side?
Yes, and instead of the hallway continuing this direction, they just have a staircase right over here.
Oh, with like a locked door or something?
You guys just came from here. The vault is right here. Hallway, stairs.
Okay. I think I get it. So there's two entrances to the hall, like with, I guess, two hallways kind of come into a corner.
Yes.
Okay.
Then along the main hallway, are there any plants or anything?
There is one potted plant, yes.
Okay. Just a
A
lone
ficus.
flower. All right. Yeah. All right. Good
ask
to know.
I see the flower too, and I say, ask the flower if there's any traps set or anything.
Oh. So, would you let me get away with saying that the first spell interacts with this potted guy?
Oh, I see.
If you roll a 15 or higher, yes.
Just raw check, 15 or
A
higher.
raw check,
standard?
15 or
Okay.
higher.
No, okay.
I could
No
cast
worries.
it again, but it'll be my last third level spell.
Oh, you're fine. I just if it was convenient. I will go to the door, and can I just do like a check for traps, just kind of an investigation kind of thing, and
Yes.
and as how
Detect magic.
yeah, okay. I was gonna do the same thing, but if you want.
Well, if you have detect magic, use it.
Okay, then yeah, and helping in my investigation, I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that investigation. I will
Okay.
tell you what Detect Magic shares in just a moment.
Okay.
He's looking it up. He's looking it up.
I'm just looking at my investigation score. Okay. It is, yeah, a lowly 9, so not the best.
Okay. So, you recognize that this is the Balthazar 400.
Ah,
This is a top-notch lock,
okay.
and on a normal day, given time and privacy, this would be a challenging but doable lock. But given the lack of time and lack of privacy, this is going to be a very challenging thing to do quickly.
Okay.
The Detect Magic also shows that this lock is not only mundane, but magically sealed as well. Which, how I'm going to play this is, if the DC's here, the magical sealing pushes that DC up higher.
Okay.
This is going to be a very challenging check. Unless you're somehow able to disable the magic, and or find the key that goes into this lock's keyhole.
Okay.
Should have killed the guard.
Okay, let me see this real quick.
Is that something we saw on the guard there? Or is that something like the gruff guard who left? Did he have that key on him? Or did he just have his own set of keys?
It's tough to say. You didn't see any keys on him, outside of the one he used to open the gates.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
At this point, the king and queen are dying.
Right. So what kind of handle? It's just a typical handle, you would say?
The lock?
Yeah.
It looks like a pretty pretty
It's a pretty
normal
lock.
lock. Yeah.
Right.
It's a pretty
I
lock.
mean, okay.
No,
Okay.
you know this lock, and you know it's very high quality.
Okay. I looked at Nolan and I say there's a magical effect on this lock. Do you have any negate magic spells or anything that you think could help?
I'm afraid I do not have anything to end any magical thing.
Okay. No worries. I guess, let's see. Whew, this is fun.
I guess we could just try to pick it and see if we
Yeah.
can get it. And if not, we can go out and start hurting people.
Yeah, I'll try to pick it. And then, yeah, we'll do it. Okay.
Okay.
Logan. Yeah, let's do it.
Go ahead and roll that sleight of hand.
Okay. Ooh.
Can I give him
Ooh.
the help action in any way? Like if I got down there and tried to help pick it?
Okay.
Know.
Go
if
ahead.
I say like I say hold this here and I
Teamwork makes a dream work. Go ahead and roll
Right.
that sleight of hand at advantage.
Okay. Sleight of hand, okay. Ooh. Let's see, that is all right. I'm trying to think. Plus 6 is 24.
24.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good roll.
it is. It is.
Does that hit your DC, Logan? Prithee, please?
Oh, okay. He said no.
No, I said so.
Oh, I said so. I was like, oh, all right. Well, okay.
It's like, anyways,
No, all right.
next.
You kneel down in front of this lock.
Yeah.
It is right in front of your eyes. You tell Nolan to hold this lock-picking tool right there in just the right place, and he does. This is a flawless moment of teamwork. And as you stick that third piece in and start wiggling it up and down, jiggling the pins into place, you hear as a magical alarm begins to tout.
Oh, I thought you were yelling,
out.
please. I thought you
No.
Okay.
The magical alarm on the vault has just gone off. It is screaming throughout the building, and it is safe to assume that guards are now on their way.
Yeah. But does it open?
It does not.
Oh, dang. Okay.
The DC was a 20. The arcane ceiling was going to push that to 30.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Okay. Ooh, I cast it's called wrist pocket. You flick your wrist, causing one object in your hand to vanish. So I'm gonna grab the lock and make it vanish.
Okay. I was imagining this door with the lock built into the door. So as you cast this, I'm just going to say that the center of the door just kind of vanishes.
Okay.
And as a result, you're able to just reach through the door and pull it open.
Okay. And I'm gonna turn to Nolan and I'll be like, well, my father always said, if you can't get something to work, break it.
Well, shall we load up?
We shall. So what do we see when we open this?
This room is probably a 15 by 20 foot room, full to the brim with all sorts of things. There are shelves loaded with silver and gold ingots, as well as small chests of coins. But even more than that are paintings and ornamental pieces of equipment, ranging from bejeweled daggers and bejeweled armor.
Oh.
It is full to the brim. But the entire back wall is filled with filing cabinets.
Oh.
Okay. I open the bag of holding's mouth as large as it will go. How big would you say it can get?
So a bag of holding basically looks like a backpack or like or something like that. So about as wide as you could get a backpack.
Okay. Interesting.
So a full suit of armor might be pretty tough to fit in there.
No worries. So let's go to the filing cabinets first. As I'm going over there, I'm just stuffing things in the bag. So how much? How
organization be damned.
Right. It's just
There are a lot. There are a ton. But go ahead and make an investigation check, really quick. Remember, the alarms are blaring, and you hear footsteps stomping overhead.
Okay, let me see. Really quick. I'm gonna do this really quick. I'm gonna grab, as we're at the door, I'm gonna grab, let's see, like a gold bar or something, and I'm gonna stick it back out. I'm gonna close the door, stick it outside the door, and I'm gonna cast immovable object.
Oh.
Okay.
So now like it can't. Let's see.
The door cannot open.
Yeah. So it can hold up to 4,000 pounds of weight. So which way does the door open? Does it open into the vault?
It opens inside. It opens
Okay, so
into the vault. Yeah.
into the vault. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I put the gold bar against the door so they can't even like touch the gold bar, and I cast immovable object.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, then let's go. Investigation, correct? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see.
Both of us or just Asa?
Oh, I
Both
want
of
your
you.
help.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
you're helping him, Nolan.
Right.
I haven't actually. I don't.
13.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 19. There we go. Okay.
So if you look through these filing cabinets, you find all sorts of documents ranging from the mundane running of his estates to
Mhm.
what you were probably looking for as blackmail material.
Right.
You find that there is one filing cabinet with 3 main drawers. Each one of those is filled with their own pieces of evidence. One is titled Marilyn Hairsdown. Another
Okay.
is titled Cedric Stormfield. And
Okay.
another is titled Evelyn Thornblade.
And each cabinet has blackmail in it, or what?
As you open them, it's just a long list of documents.
Oh, okay. So, who was the name that Oliver told me to get? Because he said, "Here's the name of the blackmail I want you to get."
He said to get the name for Evelyn Thornblade.
Okay. So I opened that cabinet, and it's just a bunch of documents.
Indeed.
Okay.
It is a bunch of documents, and as you just kind of grab them and you're tossing them into the bag,
Yeah.
you find you're just kind of skimming through it, and you see something about assassinations on the thing as you toss it into the bag.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Now let's grab anything we can. I look at Nolan and I say, grab as much as you can.
So I've got the efficient quiver. It says each of the quiver's 3 compartments connects to an extra dimensional space that allows the quiver to hold numerous items while never weighing more than 2 pounds. The shortest compartment can hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects. The mid-sized compartment holds up to 18 javelins or similar objects, and the longest compartment holds up to 6 long objects, such as bows, quarterstaffs, or spears. So, I don't know. What
I don't.
is there anything that is within those bounds that it looks particularly magical or valuable that I could
Yes.
grab? Okay.
Yeah,
I was
there's
gonna
a fair
say,
bit.
And I'm gonna say, Nolan, if you see anything that can magical that can help us escape, grab it so we can use it.
All right.
So
Okay.
I'll be looking for things that like will help us escape as we're grabbing all this stuff.
Okay. So
Bombs.
Bombs,
as
yes,
you guys
bombs work.
continue looking, we're going to say that one other filing cabinet catches your eye.
Yeah.
And it says Knights of the Shield.
Oh.
Knights of the Shield, that's like that Illuminati group that kind of runs things from the
Right.
side, or from the shadows. And as you open up that cabinet, there's again more documents in the first drawer, but the second drawer opens up, revealing a shield. This is a particular prize of note, or a prize of particular note, and it seems magical in nature. And you aren't able to spend too much time on it, but it won't fit into the backpack.
I'll just put it where I place my shield usually.
Okay. Beyond
I put down
that,
I put down the guard shield if I'm carrying one, and I just kind of drop it to my back.
great. And we're going to say that you guys are able to find a good deal of other things. And you guys can take the paintings out of the frames and roll them up if you would like.
Okay.
Can I
However,
store
all
those
of this
in my quiver?
you
Those
could, yeah.
paintings?
Oh yeah.
This is going to take time.
Right.
Already, you guys are hearing footsteps outside of the vault. And you can see through the small hole in the door, eyes peering in at you as you're stuffing your bags full of stuff.
As I hear them getting close, can I just put a painting over the hole?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, perfect. I do that. So they can't. They just see the face of like this fat noble just staring at them.
A self-portrait of Anselm Hune.
Right.
Oh,
One
good.
painting in there that did not seem valuable at all.
Right.
Anselm Hune is both ugly and a terrible painter.
So,
Yeah.
could I nab numbers from you, Logan? So, like, if we're sitting here trying to collect gold jewels in whatever time frame you think is reasonable, paintings, what are we getting quantity-wise?
Well, if you guys are going to spend more than like 30 seconds in here, there are going to be guards outside the door.
I mean, I've kind
I
of
think there's guards outside the
accepted
door
it.
either way.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion.
Are there weapons in here?
Yeah, are there?
There are,
Like,
but all of these
ammunitions,
weapons
or is it-
seem
Yeah.
yeah, so all of these weapons and armor are all purely ornamental. You pick up one sword and the balance is terrible. It would
Okay.
be no more useful than the sword you already have,
Right.
outside of the fact that it's got a gold hilt and jewels on the handle.
Yeah. I guess I kind of just want to focus on just grab all the magical items in the room, basically.
Okay. So as you search, you stuff in all of the items that seem valuable.
Mhm.
Right off the bat, I'm going to say that you guys are able to acquire, if you guys are going to loot everything, and
Yeah.
then just face the dozen guards outside
Pretty much.
when you open the door.
Mhm.
You guys are able to accumulate 16,401 gold pieces worth of gold, silver,
Okay.
paintings, ornamental equipment,
Right.
all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
Beyond that, you're also able to acquire the blackmail information on Marilyn, Cedric, and Evelyn, and gather the information on the Knights of the Shield.
Okay.
Are there any like I would kind of maybe be looking for arrows that might have any special properties. Is there anything like that, or is that kind of just lumped under? There's pretty arrows, nothing more than that.
Very much the pretty arrows. This
Okay.
is a vault, not an armory.
How
Alright.
much gold you said? 16,000 what?
16,401.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
just so we're on the same page, only about 4,000 of that is actual gold and silver.
Right. Okay.
The rest is stuff that you guys will have to sell or fence
Okay.
off.
Sure. Okay. And the magical items. Do you want to get to that later?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
actually, go ahead and roll a history check, Draconis.
Okay. Okay.
Draconis goes invisible.
Right. Nice. That's not good. 7. I don't have good history.
Good heavens, I'm so sorry.
you're
So
fine.
you are able to see that this is a circular shield with a or actually, it's a circular shield made entirely of mithril. It is
Oh.
incredibly lightweight, incredibly valuable, but there is a section at the top, probably about this big, that is made of glass. Or at least, if it is made of glass, it's probably no, it's very hard. It
Right.
has the same durability as the rest of the shield, but you can actually see through it.
Right.
So you recognize that, and you feel that it's magical in some way, but you can't actually tell how.
Okay, I grab it. Hey, Nolan, do you know what this shield is?
Nolan, roll a history check.
Right. That's a 13.
It sounds or it looks vaguely familiar.
All right.
It tickles the back of your mind, like maybe it was something you were
Oh.
told about back when you were still with the Rangers and Druids of the Silver Star. But
All right.
Yeah.
it's tough to say exactly what it is.
So they
The
would
tech-
be able to identify it though. So if I was
Maybe?
like, okay, if we go to Soldanessala, someone might be able to tell us
Yeah.
what this does.
Yeah, I feel like it can help us escape though.
Were there any documents that said anything about Soldanessala, or was there anything that might have piqued Nolan's interest in terms of that?
So it's another one that's kind of tough to say because you
maybe
guys are
after.
trying to go fast. Yeah.
All right, let's get the F out of here, Asa.
Okay, quickly, I want to cast detect magic on the shield.
You can
It's
detect that it is magical.
Well, what nature?
Ah,
school of
that is
magic?
true. That is true.
What school of magic?
Yeah.
I need to look into that because I'm actually not sure.
Well, just
Okay.
tell me what it does, and I'll tell you what school of magic it could be.
Just tell Nolan what it is.
You know what? We're going to say that it is celestial.
Take it.
Oh, I'm taking it.
Asham wants it.
Knowing that what school of magic it is, can I have an advantage on my history check?
I'm afraid not. We've already rolled twice.
Let's get the frog out of here.
You know
Okay.
what? Time's out. Guards are in.
As you guys realize that there is you hear a large number of voices
Right.
just outside the door. If you guys are going to try to fight your way out, this will be a challenging fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that
Wait,
being said, you guys have a moment to consider your options.
All
Both
right.
of you, roll a perception check.
That
There is a
is
hole.
25.
Oh. I look
Okay.
around.
Like 25.
Logan's like, you know what? I don't need to hear you roll, Asa. Nolan sees
I really
everything.
don't.
Yeah.
25 is
I-
good.
I roll a 5 and I look around and I say, it's a room.
So, Nolan, as you look around, you're able to see faint scrape marks on the ground in front of the cabinets, suggesting these have probably been slid out from the wall. Yes, that is it.
All
That
right.
is what you see.
I'm going to go over and try to Hulk him out of the way.
No, Owen, what are you doing? This isn't a time for cabinetry.
There might be some. You know me, I simply love good cabinetry. I'm just going to start scooting it out of the way. There might be some kind of passage back here.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
noticing scrapes on the ground.
okay. I go over and help.
And between both of you and the fact that these cabinets are recently emptied, you're able to move the cabinets with relative ease, revealing a passageway behind the vault, or behind the back wall of the vault,
Can-
leading to a set of stairs going down and down and
Oh.
down into the
Well-
darkness.
It's our only option.
I'm going to try and pull the cabinets back in front of the
Right.
door. Just to,
Yeah, and I'll help
I don't
him.
know.
And I'm going to keep that gold bar against that door for as long as I can. So let me
How
see.
long does the spell last? Does it last?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking up right now.
Immovable object.
I'm going to take a crap in the treasure room before we leave.
It says duration 1 hour.
Dang, 1 hour.
Wait. Okay, you touch on creatures.
And are there any creatures in this tunnel, like rats or beetles or something?
We're gonna say no.
Okay. Any plants?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But soon.
Perfect.
Soon.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Bread.
So you, Bread,
Bread.
you guys start walking down this stairway, and eventually, it gets dark. It gets really freaking dark. And at this point, both of you guys are human, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's
we're going
see.
to say that either you lit a torch or you're going just by feel, when all of a sudden a magical torch lights next to you as you walk down.
Oh,
And then the next torch lights. And another until eventually you guys are brought to a locked door.
Like that scene in Incredibles.
interesting.
And Incredibles.
Can I mean, we have a while. Can I try to pick it?
Can.
Okay. Knowing that this is a tucked away door, I can't imagine it's going to be too. Hopefully, it won't be too difficult. 21.
Make a perception check for me. Or Arcana,
Oh.
whichever one you would like.
Okay. Ooh, I did a good roll.
Well done.
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
that
Thank you,
sleight of
Father.
hand wasn't a good roll, or was it a good roll too?
I mean, it was a decent roll, but this is even better. As you said, perception 21.
Whoa.
Man, you stupid. Sorry.
Oh!
So
I just.
you can sense
Oh
a
wait, my
very
ring 24.
Oh.
Oh, a +3 to perception.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
24.
right. So you are able to sense that a similar bell as the one that sparked the alarm on the vault door
Mm.
barks here. Only
Okay.
this time, instead of the blaring siren that was the front door, this one is silent. A message has been sent to someone that you have just opened this door.
So I have opened it.
Yes, the
Mm.
door
Okay, good. Okay.
clicks
Are we
and
looking
unlocks,
Okay.
allowing you to open the door.
Okay. I kind of relate that to Nolan. I get kind of like a shock. Oh no. And I just say, oh shit.
Indeed. Indeed.
No, you don't understand. I think Enselm Hume knows we're here now.
Good for him.
Indeed.
Okay. Good for him. Cool.
Okay. So, as you open this door, a sight that is, I would wager a guess to say, entirely unexpected befalls you.
Mhm.
You see an altar dedicated to the Dark Lord Gargoth.
I take out my iPhone 15 and I take a picture.
Gargoth. Gargoth is
Gargoth.
a demigod who was essentially a devil who was cast out of the nine hells and became powerful enough by attaining followers and creating a religion for himself, until eventually his following amassed enough influence that he achieved the status of demigod. So he was a devil become divine. He is terribly, terribly evil, and often called the Hidden Lord, the Lost Lord of the Pit,
Yeah,
the Outcast, the Exile,
this is nice.
the Soul Drinker,
Okay.
all sorts of stuff. And on this altar, you find an artifact. Two of you make a religion check.
I was
Two of you. You just say both of you. Oh,
Yeah,
natural
yeah,
20.
both of you make a religion check. Ooh.
Oh, that's an 11 for me.
Your
So
natural
I think I did pretty
20.
good.
Yes, I think that could be worse. But his natural 20 is enough to share that this shield is also celestial in origin.
Oh, it's another shield?
Origin. It is a shield. Yes,
Got like 3 shields now.
indeed.
Awesome wants it.
I'll grab that one and put it on my back.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Before
this-
you grab it. Whoa. I want to
No,
see what
said you
Logan
guys
says
my
about
hand,
the shield.
my hand freezes above it. Yes.
Yes.
This is the shield of the Hidden Lord. You
Oh,
recognize
Wait,
that when
Oh.
Gargoth was cast out of the 9 hells, he was supposed to be killed by the other devils.
Right.
But he hid himself in this shield and used it to hide until eventually it found its way to the material plane. It took him centuries of manipulating whoever wielded it to eventually cast a spell here, a spell there, and eventually he was able to leave the shield.
So he's no
However,
longer inside the shield.
He's no longer inside the shield.
Okay.
However, he retains a very real connection with it. So whoever touches this shield can have one-on-one communication with Gargoth at any time they touch the shield. And Gargoth will
Cool.
also know the location of the shield and who wields it.
I tell
Is it
Nolan
skin
all
on
this.
skin contact?
That one I'm going to withhold the information of.
So is there
Okay,
another exit out of this room?
There is. It leads
Okay.
to the sewers.
Then I think
Perfect.
I don't really think Nolan. So you tell me what it does.
Yeah, so I grabbed your hand. I was like, wait, and I tell you all
Okay. I think you're like, this must be the shield of Golgoroth.
that.
I
I'm
think
certain.
Nolan is gonna say, I'm in the mood of take now, deal later. I think I'm going to take it.
I not gonna stop you, and I let go of your hand.
Oh, and then I grab it.
Okay. If
And
you
I just
guys
put it
would
on my
like...
back.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Is there anything else in this room of note?
Candles and even...
I take the candles.
Did you say candles? Did you say?
But no, nothing else of value.
Okay.
All right.
I take the altar.
We can get
All right.
married, Draconis, over this altar before we leave.
Ooh. Okay.
Gargoth can seal the.
Bargoth as our witness.
Right.
So, through that second exit, you guys are able to find the sewers and eventually make your way to the surface.
Oh my gosh, that was insane.
You guys... Oh, pardon me. Yeah, would you guys like to talk about what you just did?
As we're
Or-
walking down the sewer, we're just kind of walking in silence. And I don't know, for a few minutes. And I'm just gonna be like, so that was quite an experience.
Yes, it was.
I actually didn't expect it to go that smooth.
I killed a man.
I saw.
You killed him good.
So do you what's your relationship with humans? I assume is the guard he killed human?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have something against humans or just guards?
Oh, people in my way I have something against.
Okay. You'll see Draconis get visibly like 2 or 3 inches like further away from Nolan as they're walking. Yeah. Just a slight kind of
The moon in Asa's background transforms Nolan into a werewolf.
Right. Arr! So can we sneakily exit the sewer? Because, like, if we can, I would like to just cast Pass Without Trace again. Because I feel like it would have run out by now. It's up to an hour.
It has.
Okay.
It has.
So yeah, I'll cast it again if we can just get that extra sneakiness. So
Sure. And you guys are able to exit the sewer. There were a couple places where you had to step into the filth below, but that only went up to maybe mid-shin, and you guys are able to exit the sewers relatively unscathed.
Okay.
Yes.
Second question: can I doff the armor in the sewers? Like, just get rid of
I'll take it off.
some huge
Yeah.
armor? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you said there was some magical armor or just ornate armor that we took?
Just ornate. Just
Ornate,
value.
okay. No. Okay. Yeah, let's strip the armor, throw it in the sewer, and I want to book it
Where do
towards
we go?
Oliver's.
Okay.
You want to go to Oliver's?
Yeah.
So, as you guys exit the sewers, you guys will find the city aflame.
Oh.
You are no more than 3 blocks away from a massive fire inside the city.
Okay.
There are people running and screaming, but they have not noticed you. You are covered in shadows.
Oh, yeah.
And the fires cast some dark shadows.
How far? I'll go for it.
Have you guys seen Robin Hood, like the Disney Robin Hood, when they loot Prince John's little thing, and they have like they're dressed as women and their clothes are full of gold. That's kind of how I feel like we are. So I want to get somewhere that we can put this stuff down.
Well, it's
or maybe
funny
go
because it's all in our bag of holding, so we're just completely normal.
I guess that's. Do we have a bag of holding?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
took it from.
Asa was
dang.
stuffing his sack with
Yeah.
all of it, yeah.
Good grief. Okay, then who cares?
That's when I said.
Good grief.
I opened up the bag of holding, throw everything in it. Throw.
So
Yeah.
basically, it's like all the stuff that couldn't be held in the quiver is in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
I mean, I think we just have
Hot dog.
basically the paintings in the quiver,
Right.
and maybe some gold thrown in there.
All right. Then
And our shields in our back because apparently the shields didn't fit.
can I like throw my cloak over I don't want people to like be drawn attention to us. So if I could like throw my cloak over the shield or something, or move it underneath my cloak, I don't know if that's an option.
It certainly is. And as you go to do so, you'll hear a voice enter your mind. And the voice will say, "Who carries the shield?"
I don't know. I think
I have no idea who
I don't know.
Shield.
that is a deep question, Shield. Who
What?
am I? But
What?
I think
What deep question? I didn't ask a question.
I think Nolan will say. I think he'll call himself the Wolf of the Weldith. He'll just say, "It is I, the Wolf of the Weldith," and that's what
Oh.
he'll say.
I like it. And I want to like give you a pat on the back. Yeah, you are. After tonight, I'll call you whatever you want.
As soon as Asa touches the shield.
Or the Beast. We'll go with the Beast, because I feel like
Beast.
even though he's kind of wolfish, I think he's also like there are things about him that make him look less like just a normal wolf.
Right.
Make him look a little grosser. So
How
Okay.
far is Oliver's place from here?
From here, we're going to say it would probably take a half hour's walk. The
Okay.
palace is about a 10-minute walk.
Oh, okay, so it's closer. Okay, then let's go to the palace first. Like, oh, we should get to the palace and get to our friends.
indeed,
You said it's a walk. I'm probably gonna run.
yeah.
Okay. Let me rescind that. It's about a 10-minute run.
Okay.
Okay.
But
You know what? Look,
But you guys are able to get there, and
Yeah.
when you do, you find the palace in complete disarray.
Oh,
Something terrible has happened this night.
we had sending stones that we gave to each other.
Oh, that's right. As I see this, I'm gonna pull out the sending stone I got from Tardith Lanistaff, and I'm gonna communicate with him. Hopefully, he's there and be like, Tardith, can you hear me? What's going on?
Let me change the music, please. This is
No.
far too peppy.
Next time we get to like a decent pause point, can we have like a bathroom break? I need to go really bad.
Actually,
So-
this is a pretty good pause point. Let's
Okay.
go ahead and pause here.
Okay.
All things considered, that heist went pretty well. You came in clutch, Nolan.
Seriously, that was pretty funny, guys. Good job.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go start
BRB.
up.
Bye.
I'm back.
Hello there.
Hello. Why is it spicy?
Why is it spicy?
I should have gone with Were Rabbit, Logan. Like Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah? You think that would have been better?
Would have been funnier.
It definitely would have been
Funnier.
something.
I think that thing. It's funny in that movie how scary they make it, and it's just kind of dopey looking.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I'll send it in the tavern.
It really is, isn't it?
The
It's like
dirtier, the
Totoro.
better.
The dirtier, the better.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jeez.
Grab
Is
it.
that Wednesday, Dale?
Is that Wednesday? Remember the freaking robotic pants?
Yeah.
And the penguin with the
moon.
glove head.
The moon episode.
Oh, the moon one
my
was
favorite one.
so good. Just starts cutting slices out of the moon.
I wanted that when I was a kid.
Honestly, it
So
looked
did I.
so good. So
It really
good.
did. It's like sometimes I don't understand why animated food looks so much better than real life food.
So much
but it
better.
just does.
Like anything that Shaggy and Scooby eat, I just also want to consume it. All in one breath, just
Or like anime food when they take the time
Yes.
to animate them cooking or chopping
Yes.
veggies or things like that.
like.
And
Have you
Calcifer
seen
eats
Food
breakfast.
Wars?
No, I haven't.
Man, that anime. Whew. That food looks good.
When Calcifer is eating the eggshells in Howl's Moving Castle. I liked that.
Very good. Very good.
That was good.
The potato that Sasha eats in Attack on Titan. Have you seen the last episode yet? Ugh. Ugh. So
I loved it.
good. So good.
That was so good.
Have you seen
It
Loki?
takes a very special show. I haven't yet. I haven't yet.
No!
I was gonna say though, it takes a
Mhm.
very special show for the good guy to be, or like the main protagonist to
Mhm.
become the antagonist,
Yes.
and for you to love it every step of the way.
Absolutely love it.
No spoilers.
You're never gonna watch it. You're never gonna watch
What,
it.
AOT?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Logan and Caleb, have you both finished the last episode? Like the
Yeah.
final? You finished it all?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
holy crap.
That was so
Wednesday,
good.
Dale?
They replayed your favorite part at the very beginning.
Yep.
I was literally watching it and I was like, Chase loved this.
What part?
The very beginning when they replayed the end of the
of the
first part.
previous episode.
yeah. when Reiner like jumps out and like the music is going.
Dude,
That was so sick.
it cemented Rhina as my favorite character.
Yeah.
I loved it so much, dude.
Mhm.
Just because, like, I don't know if you guys watch the Japanese or if you watch the English, but the scream he gives out in Japanese is so good.
Yeah,
It's
I watched
so
both.
good. Yeah, I watched both, and I'm not gonna lie, English, it was kind of mid. It was because like he waited to scream until he was like on screen. Logan left. Lamau.
Lol.
But like the thing with the English for Rhina's scream was that he said, like, in the English for Rhina's scream, he didn't scream until he was on screen, and it's like half a second that he's on screen when he like bites into his hand. So he didn't have that much screen, but the entire time that he's like, as soon as Connie's like, I can't land, and then you hear the music amping up, you just hear Rhina like in the Japanese, he like builds this up the entire time. He's like pushing forward with his ODM gear, and he just and tackles the Beast Titan, dude. It's so thick. It's so much better in Japanese than it was English.
Yep.
But I will give
I'm
English.
a dub guy, dude. You gotta quit crapping on the dubs.
Listen,
I love the dubs.
Listen, I'm just saying that moment. I will give dub one moment in which it was better, and that is the part where Eren finds out that Rhina and Bertolt are the Armored and Colossal Titans, and he goes, "Damn you, you traitors!" That much better in the dub than it is in the sub.
Yep.
Okay.
They both have their dubs. That's what and by dubs I meant W's in that regard. But dude, Rhina's scream in the Japanese when he tackles the Beast Titan was just perfect.
I will give the dub or the sub version or the Japanese one. All of the Titan screams are just so much better.
Yeah,
I think so.
agreed.
Yeah.
I will say though, another thing that I think they did better in the English version is Levi. Matt Mercer as Levi.
So good.
It was really good. He did really, really good.
Yeah. I couldn't help but one part in the last episode just go like just as a sound effect for just the legs going.
Yeah. The other thing that I found out in the Japanese version of it, the guy who voices Zeke is the same guy who voices Dio in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So that made me hate Zeke a little less.
He always brings it back to JoJo's.
Dude, JoJo's is my favorite piece of content ever. All right, I will talk about JoJo's every single day till the cows come home. I do not care.
Another thing I did like about the sub voices more, Eren's voice. In general, I just liked the sub to Eren.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Listen, hot take here. I think Bryce Papenbrook is kind of overrated as a voice actor. I'm not saying he's bad.
Who does Eren?
That's who does Eren, and he also does Tanjiro. And I could not stand Tanjiro's voice in the anime.
Demon Hunter?
Yeah, Demon Slayer. It
actively
Thank you. It actively turned me from the dub into the sub. Like I watched the sub because I didn't want to hear Tanjiro in the dub.
Good.
Good.
But that like I'm saying, that's a hot take. A lot of people love Bryce Papenbrook, and I think he's great. I just AOT
he does a good job. I just don't like his voice.
Yeah, he does a good job. He's really good at conveying emotion, but you know.
Yep.
The one that I do like more in the dubbed version though, all the time, every day, Commander Erwin. His voice.
My soldiers scream out. My soldiers
so good.
Yeah. You're right.
Edwin. PP.
Anyways. Okay, let's get refocused, shall we?
Look,
is that man eating a bowl of ramen?
New fidget.
Oh, good.
Jason, what did you send?
What is this?
That's Harry Potter, dude.
Yeah.
Harry
care to explain?
Oh no.
What on earth are we looking at?
It's almost like Dumbledore's on his way to punish Snape for having such a bad time. He's like,
Or
"I
I
dare you."
Noise!
I think Dumbledore locked him in the bathroom and tied him up, and now he's on his way to go commit genocide.
I
Is
just
that-
think Snape had to take a crap.
Yeah, I was like, it looks like Snape is just letting out a monster,
Yeah.
I
dude.
think these are two unrelated events
Yeah.
occurring at the same time.
Oh no.
Dumbledore's just sick of all the wizards. He's like, "That's it. Come here, Harry."
Cool, and you gotta find. Oh well, never mind. Brady, it's Brady's profile picture. The freaking
Oh,
chicken,
the
chicken. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. That's
he
a good
has so
one.
many of those too. All right, sorry. Go on, Logan. Pop off, King.
So, yes. Okay, we can do this. So,
Let's
you
do
guys-
it.
Draconis and and Nolan, you guys
Mhm.
arrive at the gates to the royal palace, and you guys will be stopped in your tracks. However, as you pull out that sending stone and reach out, excuse me, to Tardith, you're able to establish communication with him, where he will kind of send someone to go bring you up. And at this point, Asham and Declan, you guys have just overlooked the disarray of what once was the gardens where the birthday party was being held,
Sad.
and you guys meet in the middle. Go ahead. You guys are able to take the floor and explain the circumstances of what have happened on the two different sides of the city.
What happened?
I'm gonna
Ah,
die, you're
Asham.
gonna die, we're all gonna die.
Hey, calm down. I hug his muscular body and pat his bald head.
They're all dead.
Who's dead? Who's dead?
Who's dead?
The king,
What
the
dead?
queen, the son, everyone.
They can't be. There's no way.
Just look
I mean, I think they'd
with
be
your
carried away with
eyes.
Just look.
And as he gestures, you guys can see through the doorway of where you guys once were, bodies strewn about. One in particular seems to be of the company of the Star Protective Services. That heavily guarded warrior in full plate armor is just lying there, dead
Ooh.
in a pool of blood. It seems that Asham
Who-
is telling the truth.
Well, who did this?
From what we have concluded, it was vampires.
I hate vampires.
Vampires.
Yes, your mortal enemy werewolf.
Indeed. I hate
do you-
the vampires.
What are you talking about?
There was
Nothing.
once this girl that I imprinted on. She fell in love with a
What?
vampire.
What?
All right,
Wait.
buddy.
It happened at twilight.
Her father was the chief of the guard.
She couldn't
Draconis
act
is
worth a damn.
Very confused.
There was nothing we could have
Complexion
done.
And dark in hair.
Oh no.
Beautiful as a night sky.
I named her child after the Loch Ness monster.
Freaking
It just keeps
you
going.
guys! The royal family has just died, and we're joking.
I'm trying.
I'm sorry.
Asham's trying to be sad. There was nothing we could have done. We were all gone. We all left.
Where's Tardith?
He's with us. Didn't he take us up
He's
to
with
him?
us.
No, he sent somebody.
Oh,
He sends somebody.
Mhm.
He is now presumably back up in his room.
He's in his room.
Wait,
Can
so
we-
when did we separate with Tardeth, Ashram?
Probably when we got to the scene, like we were probably down there looking, and he was like,
He, being the royal or the Lord Just Chancellor, was kind of put in charge of putting everything back in order.
So who is there like a line of succession? So like when this happens, who's in charge? Is it just nobody right now, or is it like Tardeth is in charge for the time being, or
to be determined.
This is a very new government. This was an entirely unexpected attack. At this moment, there is no known line of succession. So the people who would know are probably up in Tardeth's room.
Let
Let's
us go.
we need to speak to Tardeth?
Okay. So you guys are able to make your way back up to the room, where you'll find the door ajar. It seems that it's empty. However, as you look in, you will see that there is all sorts of dishevelment. And
Do not tell me Tardeth is dead.
no, Tardeth is not dead.
Okay.
He is not there. Yeah, it just seems like they went in, grabbed stuff, and then went out. But you hear voices coming from down the hall. Tardeth's being one of them. You also hear Lachior Blackthorn. You hear Vajra. You hear Hune. Even you hear all of the Royal Privy Council in that room.
Let's go to the room.
Let us go in.
Let us go
And
down.
standing outside the
will go.
doors are the remnants of the of the Star Protective Services. There are 10 of these royal guards standing outside this door.
Oh,
And they bar your path and say, there will be no entry here. They are having a meeting.
We are the meeting.
do you know who this is?
That is
I wave my Master Chief badge.
And he will just move his sword or move his pike back to allow entry. No, he will be about to resist your entry when Mirthal Aindrir will poke his head out of the door and say, "It's all right, they can enter." And after that, the four of you can enter. When you guys enter this room, you find the Royal Privy Council is in all sorts of contention. They are shouting at each other, speaking over each other. This is a moment of chaos that this country has not seen since the war. And there seems to be a massive disagreement on how to proceed.
I cast thaumaturgy to make my voice boom up to 3 times louder. And all I say is, enough! What is going on?
The first person to respond, everyone quiets. And the first person to respond will speak out indignantly. Inselm Hune, the Lord Watch Chancellor. He will say,
Enough! Enough! How dare you speak to us in such a way?
"Who are you? And what are you doing here?" And he'll look to Mirthal, who will just
I just wanna make
gesture
it
to you
clear.
guys to...
I also have a cape over the shield that we stole.
I hadn't thought of that.
Okay.
You see Nolan's hand grips the axe tightly.
Because that's right, you stole the axe.
Right.
But Mirthal gestures to you guys to introduce yourselves.
You've met most of the people in this room, but there is one unfamiliar face to you guys. Except he will be familiar to Declan.
Boo.
He is in people and
Gregor.
NPCs.
Grigor. Where is he?
Gilgamesh.
He's cool.
Alaric.
Alaric Hembrion.
Good heavens, he has 7 fingers.
Yes, he does.
Don't worry. My character also has 7 fingers.
He is the Lord High Chancellor. He was basically the Queen's High Advisor, or the first advisor. And Declan, you remember that he is a member of the Knights of the Shield and responsible for them becoming more of a philanthropic organization than what they once used to be. He was one of the spearheads within the Knights of the Shield who tried to get them to help the crown a little bit more.
Knights of the Shield, that's the like Illuminati type government or group, right?
Indeed. And it appears that Inselmhune also has some affiliation with them, given the number of documents that Draconis and Nolan were able to acquire.
Yes.
So Inselmhune has just, in his snivelly voice, called out to you guys, who are you? Mirthal gestures to you. How do you respond?
As the leader of this group, we are the Reclaimers.
And Tardith will say, these are the Reclaimers. They have been working with me at stopping these the Night Masks. However, they and I failed the crown tonight. We have all failed. And you guys will feel this immense sadness kind of fall upon the room. And then Tardith will say, we've got to do something. When he says that, pardon me, my notes. Lackey Blackthorn will say, we've got to tell the people. The people must know of the family's demise. And then after that, Inselmhune will say, or if we do not tell them and say that the royal family was injured, we could rule in their place and retain some measure of control and order within the country. And you'll see some nods, like perhaps there's an element of truth to that. If the Royal Privy Council were to rule and just say that the family was hurt and unable to leave their chambers for a time, the panic and civil disruption wouldn't be near as severe. So there is an element of truth to what he's saying. But then Tardith will say, no, the people must know. But I propose we wait until we've decided what we should do. If we tell them now that the royal family is killed, and that we have no plan, that is what will break Tithia, and all our hard work for the last 30 years will have been for nothing. And Vajra and Mirthal will nod their heads in agreement and speak their affirmations of that. What do you guys think you should do?
I think Declan will like agree and say the only way that we break this country is by giving them bad news with no hope. As long as we give them some form of hope to latch onto, the news of Queen Zoranda's passing will not be as harsh.
I agree with Declan. The people deserve to know. And we do need to give them a sign of hope and a sign of peace. Someone, or however we decide to do it, needs to have a promise of order. To promise safety to the people.
I suggest that what would be best in this case is to find someone to assume the duties of the queen. And I think the man most fitted for that is Tardeth Lannister.
Is me! Inselm Hune will speak out, and he'll say, "As the Lord Watch Chancellor, I am privy to all the secrets of the crown. Were anyone to take forth the mantle of responsibility, it would be me, for I am the only one who knows as much."
Where were you tonight then? If you know the secrets, then why is it that their queen is dead?
I was robbed tonight, and I was indisposed trying to figure out how to respond.
So the top of your worries are your own possessions, then?
Well, I was not aware that there were vampires present at the party tonight, nor were any of you. But I was the only one who was robbed.
The country was robbed of a queen, a king, and an heir. There has been a great rot growing into Thea for some time. That is the Night Masks. Surely they are behind this.
Go ahead and roll an insight check, 2 of you.
I've got +4.
So let's not say the numbers. Let's just have 2 people roll and call out your numbers.
All right.
I got a
I've
17.
Got I got a 17 as well, actually. So.
Jinx, you owe me a soda. Hee 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 hee.
As you say this, that the country has lost their king and queen, Inselm Hune, you feel a sense of indifference coming from him. Almost like he doesn't really care. He sees this almost more like an opportunity than anything else.
I think Declan's gonna act on that and say, as Nolan had said, the queen has been killed this day, and it seems that the only thing you truly care about is your own wealth. And for that, I highly suggest that we look in other places. I believe firmly that Tardeth is the best option, as he is taking active steps to put a stop to the Night Masks. And I believe there are many people here who can attest to that. My reclaimers alike can attest to it. Vajra and Mirthal can both attest to it. Have you any one singular person who can attest that you would be the best fit for this?
And Alaric will raise his hand and say, "I believe that he would be a fine leader. However, I believe since Tardith is so preoccupied at fighting the Night Masks, there must be someone else to deal with the day-to-day of ruling the country."
And who might you suggest, Alaric?
And he'll look to Inselm Hune, where Hune will try to hide a triumphant grin, but fail. And Alaric will say, Is it ideal? No. He is correct. He is poised with information that he has gathered for half a decade. Were anyone to know how to run this country efficiently, it would be him. And
And
at that point,
As
Tardif is going to intervene and he'll say, my friends. And he'll look at each of them in turn. And I didn't actually explain what was inside this room. This is the Royal War Room. In this room, the ceilings are probably 30, 40 feet high. It is a large room with one massive table in the middle. Lying atop the table are the bodies of the king, queen, and prince.
Oh.
There are seats around the table and a map that is getting stained with the blood of the king and queen. And that lends an air of gravity to Tardith's words as he speaks. It may not come to that. I believe I have a solution to this issue. And he will say to the council, please, give us a moment. And he'll walk out and gesture for the four of you to follow. And as you guys exit the room, he will take you to his room. This has been his room for or like his Daramar room for his entire time since they've been ruling the country together. And he'll walk in and remove a painting from, or pardon me, walk into the main chamber, and this is an entire suite. There's like 5 or 6 rooms in here. Each are pretty big. And he'll meander through the corridors, eventually taking you to an office room of sorts, where he will then remove a painting from the wall, and behind that painting is a safe with a combination lock. And he will punch in the combination and open the safe. Within is an amulet. Amulet that... You guys know how in Skyrim when you enchant an item, the edges kind of glow with that certain color?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I'm picturing here. This amulet has that shine of being enchanted. This one glows orange. Say, do any of you know what this is?
can I insight or arcana on it?
Yeah,
Which one would you want?
go ahead. Go ahead and roll Arcana. Does anybody else would want to do that as well? Hey, Nolan, you go ahead and roll that as well. Insight
22.
Oh, insight.
or Arcana.
Oh wait, I could. Oh, okay. In that case, 23, because my insight is one better than Arcana.
23.
Okay.
Dude, stop!
23.
You're copying me now. I'm sick of it.
19 plus 4, my G.
Mine was 18 plus 5.
Wow.
Mm.
We shake
Wow.
hands. Good
Well-
day, sir.
Good day, sir.
Our research combined.
yeah. Nolan and Declan just like, ah, yes, I know what that is. Good job. And then we walk out. We're like,
Our
let's go grab a
research.
bite.
Goodbye, Tardif.
So, Nolan, you recognize this by the shape of the amulet. Declan, you recognize this by the whispered stories of this during the war.
Mm,
Excuse me. This is the phoenix feather amulet,
mm.
and it is shaped as such. It looks like a phoenix feather. And this feather, or this amulet, you will remember, has the power to revive one person
Oh.
after they die. And Tardith will say to you, this is the phoenix feather amulet. The Queen and I, about 20 years ago, saved
the nest of a phoenix, an ancient beast, beautiful and powerful. And in return for saving its young, it gifted us a feather. It gifted us this feather, and in doing so granted it a power like its own. This feather can only be used once. And once it's used, well, it is gone. When I first was gifted it, the Queen encouraged me to use it to bring my wife back. And you'll feel the sense of longing and grief strong within him. You would know, Asham and Declan both, his wife died nearly at the start of the Reclamation War. That is what led him to kind of leave his home and become the brave adventurer that he was. It was the death of his wife. He couldn't stay at home and be the man who he had once been. And once he had this feather, every part of him wanted to use it. But he wanted to save it as well. Every noble bone in his body told him a day like this might come, when the country would need it more than him. And so, despite the grief and sense of longing in him, he kept it for a day like this. And he'll say, this could bring one of them back. But now we have to choose. And you guys will recognize the ethical dilemma we are faced with. We could bring back the king, the queen, or the prince. But not all three.
If you knew them, you knew the queen, what decision would she have made?
I believe that she would have chosen her son. Even in only the few short days he was alive. He became more important to her than anyone, than anything in the world.
I agree. There's no better sign of hope than a new beginning of a child.
I think I would have to disagree. I think the fact that she would want to bring her son back is exactly why we should use it on Queen Zoranda. We need someone selfless, someone who's not in it for her own personal gain. We need someone who is willing to lay herself down on the line. And if we bring back her son, as disheartening as it may sound, as we are robbing him of his life, he will not be able to act as ruler for many years to come. And we need a solution now. I think it has to be Queen Zoranda.
And if we were to revive the son, who would take care of him? Who would teach him? How would he survive?
Well,
and I agree, we need somebody who can help us in this dilemma now.
I think the Royal Privy Council is poised to step into the role of leadership, as it is something we have already been doing. But that being said, I cannot bring myself to want to go against the wishes of my friend. Zoranda would have wanted us to save her son.
My fear is that if we did bring back Zoranda, she would not forgive us. She would become darkened. lost.
It's also true.
You'll see quiet tears begin to stream down Tardith's face as he considers this. The relationship that he once had with his friend, the Queen, may be gone forever. Because whatever decision we make tonight could result in a fractured friendship, betrayed trust, and loss.
I do not doubt that certain members of the Royal Privy Council would be able to handle this, but the fact of the matter is there are some who are corrupt, as I told you, Tardeth, and I know you believe me, is Duke Sharon is not a good man, and if he is in such high power, it's not safe at all to understand that maybe there are some in the Royal Privy Council who are the same way. And
neither is Inselm Hume. He is not a good person either.
What do you know of Inselm Hune?
Well, let's let Declan finish what he was saying, and we can get to that in a moment.
I have finished what I was trying to say. Go
Oh,
on.
okay. Well, let's see. Can you keep a secret?
He'll just nod at you as if to tell you to go on.
So you might have heard that his house was broken into this evening. Well,
He said so, yes.
he did, exactly. Well,
I'm
that
just gonna
break-in...
put his hand on the desk next to him, and he's just gonna...
Well...
Are you kidding me right now?
Hey, hold up. I didn't know anything.
Is that where you were tonight?
I didn't know anything. How was I supposed to know that the Queen was going to get attacked?
That is the only reason I do not strike you down where you stand. What did you find?
Anyways, yes, so we raided his vault, and under his vault, he had this. And I point towards Nolan.
Nolan is going to just take his cloak and bring the shield and set it down in front. Do not touch it.
He had an altar worshipping this shield, which is the shield of Gorgoroth.
Gorgoth.
Gorgoth.
And he'll say...
along with a bunch of blackmail.
You'll see him look at the shield, and it takes him a moment, but you see the understanding come to him when it dawns on him, and he looks utterly disturbed. And he'll say, if what you say is true, then any word coming out of Hune's mouth could be influenced by the Hidden Lord. This is disturbing indeed.
Declan's gonna cut in and say, do you see now why I say it has to be Zoranda or it has to be you?
There is a solution that I have. Yes, Tardeth, you are burdened with this task of taking down the Night Masks. Would it be so if Mirthal took on that task while you uphold the mantle of leader of this new found government? And yes, we need someone to care for the child if we decide this route. I believe that I could run and hide with the boy and raise him to adulthood.
I might also suggest...
Are we adopting a baby?
No, I am adopting a baby.
I might also suggest, as long as she is strong enough and healthy enough, I might suggest Deanna would be able to watch over the child.
We could also leave the child in Solden Esala. He could be safe there, far from these towns.
What we're saying is that if we use this phoenix feather on the child, he will be safe. He has options. But I believe what we, the Reclaimers, are trying to say is, it is your decision, Tardeth. Do you want to bring Queen Zoranda back, or do you want to give her son a future?
And you feel a sense of desperation coming from Tardeth. He has no idea what to do. Because he knows Zoranda would choose her son in a heartbeat. But she was his friend.
I think Declan's gonna like level with him on that regard, because Zoranda was Declan's friend as well. And he's gonna say, I know that it's gonna be hard for us to let Queen Zoranda go. But we have been given memories of her. Outstanding ones at that. We will always have something to remember her by. And then he's gonna kind of like on a lighter note, like give a half smile and be like, and besides, we do still have each other after all.
Can I also cast Beacon of Hope right now?
How do you do that?
So I'm picturing like everyone in like super somber moods, and like everyone is trying so hard to like figure out this depressing problem and dilemma that we have. And Asham is feeling the hope leave the room as we're trying desperately to like figure out how to solve government problems and all of these things. And like as he's feeling this from everyone in the room, he's just gonna subtly cast Beacon of Hope, and you're gonna see a slight shimmer of gold light kind of radiate in the room. And then everyone is going to feel a boost of hope and vitality as we make this decision.
Okay. And as that feeling goes throughout the room and that radiant light, Tardeth will, in response to what you said, Declan, will kind of smile and chuckle and wipe away his tears. And he'll say, "You're right. You're right. We must save the boy."
I
And
think
this determination will go over him. What were you about to say?
I think Declan will also kind of wipe away some tears, because as we're saying, he knew Zoranda very well too, so it's tough for Declan as well. He's gonna wipe away a tear as well and say, "I could not have made a better decision." And then he'll kind of what's the honorary title for like a king or queen? Is it just Your Highness? Is that what they call? Okay, then
Yeah.
in that case, Declan's gonna say, "I could not have made a better decision myself, Your Highness."
Tardeth will. You guys can see him bow underneath this mantle of responsibility. This was never something he wanted. And
Beacon of
both
Hope, Beacon of Hope,
Ashram,
Beacon of Hope.
both
Beacon of
Ashram
Hope.
and Declan, the two of you know him. And you guys know he spent 30 years as a ranger, roaming the woods and adventuring, right? Like,
it was only because the queen asked him that he took on the responsibility of creating law. And like now the prospect of becoming a temporary regent weighs miserably on him. And even with this sense of hope filling the room, he is daunted. This is a lot to take in one night. And together, what was that?
I was just going to say, Nolan says, I think I speak for us as a whole, but we support you, and we would help you in any way we could. You have my bow.
And my Eldritch Blast!
And then Ashram's also going to say, yes, you have friends who are willing to help. You have Vajra. You have Mirthal. Both incredible leaders who will aid you.
Shall we
Thank
kill
you.
Anselm Hune?
I just kind of looked towards Northern like, oh,
You
okay.
wanna know what's funny about that is when Anselm Hume was like, oh yeah, he's like, Logan's like, yeah, he gives a cocky smile. I was like, is this big enough that I could like say, hey, I want to make sure I'm 10 feet away from everybody. I want to Eldritch Blast Anselm Hume and lightning step out of there so that no one else gets hurt.
Oh, jeez.
I was thinking a whole battle plan as soon as he said that. I was like, I want to kill this son of a gun.
Interesting.
I do think on a serious note, though, if it's okay, Nolan would like to shift kind of the attention to Anselm Hume being he's going to take the shield and put it back on, throw the cloak over it, and then he's going to say, like, Anselm Hume is a propagator of the filth.
Before we shift, I want to give Tardith a hug.
Big group
I just
hug.
want to give him a hug, yeah. He's had a lot go on. I just want to give him a hug.
So, as you step forward, I'm picturing Tardith, as you call him your highness. He would have put a hand on the desk next to him, almost to steady himself. And then you would have come up to the side and given him a hug there. And it takes him a moment to be receptive to it, but when he allows it, he will lean into it and wrap one arm around you as well. And he'll say to all of you, though I have not known you long, each of you has become a cherished ally. Thank you for your support, truly. And then we'll shift the attention to Anselm Hune. What did you say, Nolan, about Anselm?
I think he gives a very Andor-like rant of like, Anselm Hune is a disease that spreads in the darkness, and we are sleeping. But yeah, I think he's just kind of like, Anselm Hune is a very dangerous man, very treacherous. I would fear for you if he remained in the circle.
I fear you may be right. But without him, our entire network of spies and informants goes out the window. It will be hidden, unknown to us. He knows so much. We would
Do
be
you
like
think it was him that
Draconis.
leaked the information on the raids tonight?
If anyone could have, it could have been him.
Draconis.
What?
Did you guys find anything of use to us with knowledge of scouts, spies, everything within your
Perhaps
search?
we grabbed all we could, but we haven't gone through any of it yet. Just some blackmail and information about the Knights of the Shield.
I see. And he'll kind of
give you all a curt nod, and he'll say, "Well, in order to save the body, we must sever the leg. Let us go and do so."
Oh.
And
Oh.
Yeah.
That's actually
And
what
goes.
Nolan says. Nolan hears that. Yeah.
And then Asham, before we leave, Asham's gonna say, "And what of the boy? What are we to do with the son?"
Once again, Tardeth, I believe this decision might be solely up to you, but you have, as we said, you have a few options. If you would like him under closer surveillance of yourself and the Royal Privy Council, my daughter might be a good fit. If you would rather get him far away from here, make sure that he has no threat growing up, Soldan Essalon might be great.
he'll weigh the options, and then he'll say, "If he were to be raised here, I fear he would grow to be a weak man, gifted anything he asked. I should think he would become a strong man if we gave him a hard life."
His life is
That-
already hard.
That is what Tithir would need. Will need following this. And then he'll gesture to you, or look to you, Declan, and he'll say, "Perhaps Deanna could help Ray, and perhaps they could both go to Soldan Esala, a place of refuge, a place away from the politics of men, away from the cloak and dagger and danger of the courts."
The philosophies of men with scripture.
Oh my god.
I think Declan's gonna hear that, and essentially this whole time he's kind of been thinking of others, thinking of like, oh, Tardeth is having a very tough time with this right now, thinking about what Queen Zoranda would have wanted, what would be best for her son. But this is the first time that he's gonna think about himself solely and say, kind of turn to Nolan and say, my daughter is fatally ill. Do you know if Soldan SLR has any tools or abilities to keep her alive while I figure out how to end this curse placed upon her?
There are healers in Soldan SLR, and there are good people there who would truly try with every fiber of their being to keep her as healthy as possible.
Do you believe that she would be as safe, if not safer there, than she would be here?
As I recall, there is barely any night mask interference in Soldan SLR. Very small presence. I believe that any place that the night masks are, I've come to believe, is unsafe, is a threat. Being here, we are in danger. So, I believe she would be safer in Soldan SLR. Again, there are people there who would defend her.
I think hearing that, he'll logically know it's the best decision, but he'll have a tough time with like risking getting her out and moving her to a place that he's never been. Like it's all very new to him and he's very scared of it. So it will be a very like short response, but he'll say, then that is what we will do. And then he'll kind of turn away.
I think Nolan will kind of approach Declan and say, we can escort them, both the child and Deanna. We can guarantee their safety in travel. It will be us with them. And then when they are there are very few who infiltrate and survive.
Hearing guarantee their safety, he's gonna start breaking down in tears, as that's all he's ever wanted for Deanna was safety.
Tardith will then look at each one of you in turn, give you all a warm nod, then he'll put his hand on the door handle and say, "Come."
Is he armed?
He is, though it seems to be a ceremonial sword.
Okay.
And he'll say, "Come." And he'll lead the way out of the room back to the royal war chamber, where the royal privy council is still bickering like crazy. And when you enter, Inselm Hune and Alaric both will say something along the lines of, "While you've been gone, we've made decisions." But Tardith will hold up his hand to forestall them, and he'll say, "Hune, I believe you've lied to us." And with the door still open behind him, he'll say to the guards, "Arrest him. Arrest him now." And the guards, being of the Star Protective Services, will have served under him for decades or more. These are all veterans who served directly under Tardith Lannistaff during the Reclamation Wars. These were his friends and companions. And they will do his bidding in an instant. To the great dismay and indignation of Inselm Hune, they will grab him, and when they do, Hune will demand, "What's the meaning of this?" And he will tell the rest of the party what you told them, or what you told him, and Hune will be escorted to the dungeons, leaving you, Tardith, the Feather, and the Royal Privy Council alone with the bodies of the 3 royals. And when you guys explain to him to them the intention of raising the boy out of Tithir, Alaric takes the most convincing that this is the right course of action, but eventually he agrees. And you guys are able to use the feather to raise him. And when you guys begin to perform the spell, Alaric begins whispering this elven incantation. And it gets stronger and stronger as he repeats it. The feather begins to glow like fire. And eventually, the ashes fall on the boy. And then you see him breathe. His little tiny chest lifts up. And then he begins to cry. A little infantile cry. And you guys have successfully revived one of the royal family members. Well done.
Does the kid have like how were they killed in like a fire, or were they stabbed, or what happened?
I think it was claw marks, right?
So
he was actually crushed.
Oh.
So is there like any permanent scarring, or like is he completely healed? Like does he have like
Completely healed.
scars on him? Okay.
Yep. No scars, no injuries. He's just alive and fresh and ready to go.
Ready to go. He pulls out his battle axe.
Where'd that come from? So
Baby wants revenge.
Yeah.
after that, Mirthal is going to notice the shield on your back, Draconis.
What shield?
he'll see. We'll say that the cloak kind of lifted off the
Oh,
corner,
sure.
and he'll see the mithril shield, and he'll say, "Draconis, what is
Yeah,
that
what's
you
up?
carry on your back?"
Oh,
Draconis, yeah,
I
what's
mean,
up?
I have been working out.
It's
No,
an
the
elaborate
shield you
dinner
carry.
Oh, right. I completely forgot. And I lift up the cloak and I grab the shield.
And looks of recognition will go throughout the Royal Privy Council, and Lachior Blackthorn will release a chuckle, and he'll say, "Where did you find that, boy?"
And I look towards a Tardith and I say, it was gifted to me by a wise old man.
Oh,
And then I just like, no, it was I was like, no.
what?
Draconis-
Just kidding. Just
Draconis goes, "Ah, you should have seen your face."
The reason why we know that Insum Hume is colluding with dark forces is because me and my good friend raided his house to find information, and we discovered that he was worshiping
Information.
Gorgoth, and he had this shield in his vault.
And Alaric will say, "Well, this is grave news indeed, for this
What?
was stolen from the royal vaults here in Daramar not 6 months ago.
Oh, what kind of
This-
shield is it?
explosions.
This was stolen by the Night Masks. So if it was in his possession, he must have some connection with them. This is damning evidence."
Cool.
But he'll say, "This, let me look up the name.
Riot shield.
This
Right, yeah.
is the
'Cause it has a
shield of
little window.
Sylvam.
Yep.
Sylvam?
The shield of Sylvam. This was the shield of the king who was reigning over Tithir when the Eye Tyrant Wars began. Do you guys remember when we talked about the Eye Tyrant Wars with the Beholders? This was back in the very first session when you talked to Blue Corundum, the Sapphire Dragon.
I
His
was not
family was-
there.
I was
That's right. The Beholders in that war killed Blue Corundum's family and killed thousands and thousands of people. Those Beholders would have taken over most of Western Faerun were it not for Sylvam, the king of Tithir, as well as a good number of other people. But this shield allows anyone who wields it to be immune to the eye beams of a beholder, or I think it's like 7 of the 8 beams or something like that. And also to reflect them back at the sender. The same thing can be said for when you fight like basilisks and medusas. All those beams can be reflected back at the sender.
Or may I say potentially dragon breath.
Unfortunately, that is not the
Potentially?
function of this one.
Wait, hold on. He's DM. He might be keeping information from us. Draconis, let's go try it. Let's go out back. I'll use my breath weapon. Let's see if it works.
We just ran outside.
You just watched Draconis get engulfed in
Then Declan just, I guess God wasn't lying.
Draconis Wilhelm screams. He's run back.
I thought Coolin was going down the route of, or maybe Eldritch Blast, so you're safe from Declan's just random Eldritch blasting everything.
Well, dang.
Excuse me.
No, that's pretty
Whoa.
dope.
What were you saying,
Um,
Logan?
Yeah.
There's also another function.
Okay.
It allows anyone who looks through the glass section or the transparent section of the shield to see invisibility.
Hmm.
Dude,
Rest in
Dude.
peace, Draconis.
Asa. No, that's sick. You want to know why?
Why?
If the puppet master has scrying at all, you can see it. You can see the orb of him scrying because I have scrying, and it says if they can see invisibility, they can see, you can see in the scrying. It's a luminous orb about the size of your fist. So
Ooh.
So, the battle master went invisible.
It's true.
So
he did win.
Interesting.
When the
yeah, he went
Puppet
invisible and then
master-
ran away.
yeah.
Right.
So to clarify, that was actually an illusion. So it wasn't
Oh.
actually true
Wow.
invisibility. It was more an illusion was placed where he
Ooh.
wasn't present.
Cool, I was so ready to believe you, and then you lied to me. You've lost all my trust this day.
You know, I think I'm gonna go to bed after the dragon. I think my day's over.
But the day is over. The crown has suffered great losses. You guys have been faced with a decision that no one should ever have to make. What would you like to do with the rest of the night? We'll say
Can
that the
I-
meeting eventually concludes, leaving you guys to go to your residence. They've granted you some rooms in the palace.
Can I grab the child and bring him to Deanna?
Tardith will.
Dang it!
allow
Can I
it,
come?
yeah.
Can I? Oh, I thought you were gonna say he was gonna do it. I was like, no, I want to go talk to my daughter because she's probably dead.
No.
Do you guys?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to come with me?
Sure.
Yes, this will be
Yeah,
on the
okay.
way back.
So, just to clarify, Deanna is still in Saradouche.
Oh,
Right.
we do
Right.
need to
Wait.
go there though, because we need to pick
Yeah.
her up and then get to Solden SLR either
Yeah.
way.
Where's
Because I-
Saradouche? Is that the first town that we
It's-
were in?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
to the right.
So if Daramar's here, Saradouche is way over here.
Oh, we're gonna head all the way back there. Okay.
hmm
Chase was talking about like, oh, I'm just gonna go down the hall and talk to Deanna.
That's what
No, he's like,
what I was thinking.
I know.
No. I meant like I want to take him to Saradouche.
Okay. Well,
Because our
And-
our plan was to go to Solden SLR next, anyways, right? So
hmm
Now,
Yeah.
the other reason I wanted to is because I have some spells that I can use to protect the child. I have Thunderstep and I have Invisibility, and like Minor Illusion and all that.
interesting.
I
Okay.
have Death Ward.
But no, remember how we were like, well, we don't want to take a super long time before we go to the next key. This is just going to prolong our trip even further.
It would probably add close to 2 weeks onto your journey.
oh, we gotta get
Mm.
the kid to.
And
Solden
it's fine
SLR.
that you want to go see Deanna, but seeing as though we weren't going to see her in the first place, I don't see much reason.
Well, maybe his character wants to do it, Asa.
And that's fine. You can. I'm probably just not going to go back to Solda and SLR. Not
We
Solda.
gotta
So,
We gotta get the kid to Solden SLR, and
Yeah.
Deanna's gonna go too. Like my issue is I don't want to send any of them alone because who knows what they know, who knows what the Night Masks know, what they're gonna do. Like
Right.
I don't know.
Plus,
so that is kind of what Tardith was envisioning as well. Perhaps if you guys would rather speed it up, Tardith could send ahead some messengers to send Deanna to Saradouche and meet you there.
Solden SLR.
Yes, thank you.
maybe we do that. Maybe we go to Solden SLR and have Tardis send messengers. Can we have him send like a convoy to escort Deanna?
Mhm.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to just be like, hey, messengers, go tell her to go, and then this poor sick woman has to make the trek all on her own, you know?
She
gosh.
walks.
Yeah.
She hobbles. She shuffles.
She shuffles.
Put her
Yeah.
on a mule. Mary did it.
For real.
Just saying.
For real.
You guys are definitely able to do that.
Okay.
I was just reading
but
my spell list.
listen,
and
it's
I
just
had-
classic DM shenanigans to be like, oh yeah, no, do that, it'll be great, and then kill my daughter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, that's
agree.
okay. If we have a diamond worth at least 500 gold, I could cast Raise Dead, which I could have done to raise the queen, which I failed to realize until just now.
Wait, raise.
I was
dead
gonna
or
say it.
raise
Raise Dead.
Shoot.
I
I
don't know.
forgot something.
Huh.
It's too late. I already forgot it.
What was it?
Doesn't matter.
Well, it does
doesn't
now.
matter.
It does now.
We could literally
Tell
just go
us
back
what
in the-
could have been. Tell us what could have been.
So, you know what? It doesn't happen with the boy. However, we're going to say that as you guys look upon both the king and queen and consider reviving them, there is a darkness over them. Two of you, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Gout it.
Actually, let's make it Asham and Declan.
Gout
You
it.
should, Declan.
21. 21.
14.
14. There is a dark presence over their bodies. You guys recognize that presence as Falcor. Falcor has ordered their deaths and is going to prevent, as best as he is able, their revival.
So we just so happened to make the right decision.
Or is it basically the phoenix feather was stronger
Negates that.
than Falcor's
Right.
thing?
Mhm.
So
That
whoever
was gonna be
did
it.
would have rezzed, but
Well, I thought you said that there wasn't the shroud around the sun.
There wasn't.
Mhm.
So, what I was picturing was because they were killed by vampires, sent by Falcor, they were given some measure of power. However, the boy was killed by the king trying to protect him. The king was knocked over and he
Right.
fell onto the baby.
So can we use the phoenix feather on the queen and then the
Raise Dead on the kid.
It's too late.
Ashams?
It's
Yeah,
too
it's
late.
too late. We made our
It's
decision.
not, okay, wait. It's not too late because whenever I mention something like this, you always veto it, and I think it's bullcrap.
I think Asa, you're just a poor loser.
Because
It
I
is
don't
too
even
late.
It is
I don't
too
even
late.
try to like mention these things because whenever I mention these things, you're like, no, it doesn't work. You just come up with something.
As
So
is-
I don't
Asa-
mean to seem like I'm railroading you, but
Yeah. That's what could have happened.
it is also something that I was planning on, and it's in my notes, that you wouldn't be able to save any but one of them.
Got it.
Okay?
It turned out exactly
And
as it needed to.
And that's
Just
fine.
to say, like, your whole heist, you were just saying that it seemed like it went off swimmingly. I agree. Like, I didn't want to railroad you there, and I don't want to railroad you here.
Sure.
Does it really seem like that?
No, but if you're okay with me continuing to try to,
no.
I don't know. I mean,
The
it's
king and
fine.
queen are dead. They're gone.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It just you make it seem like there's an option when there really was never an option, and I don't know. It just seems confusing to me.
Well, what I'm hearing is that Logan was saying that there was an option between the three. There just
Right.
wasn't an option for us to be like, oh, Phoenix Feather one of the ones shrouded in darkness, and then have Asham do raise dead on the child. I think Logan was like, you have your choice of the 3, but only one of the 3.
That's fine. That's fine.
And forgive
We can
me,
move on.
I didn't mean to poorly explain whatever was happening. And truth be told, I forgot about one of the things that I was going to do. Which I'm really sad I did. I was planning on making that darkness be something you guys have to fight for. And like maybe the Phoenix Feather wasn't quite strong enough, and it would have taken a cleric or potentially Declan returning to his roots as a cleric. But I just totally spaced it. I was thinking about other things.
Yeah. No, you're good.
I'm sorry, guys. That's my bad as a DM.
You know, there are some things that you just stack the odds against, but that's part of the game. So, you know,
Sometimes you gotta shaft the options for story narrative sake.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because like last week, I was very surprised when nobody was actually ending up to be there. The royal family wasn't supposed to die, but no one was there. So, anyways, these are the.
It's because I didn't know. It's because I didn't know that freaking Duke Sharon was gonna try and murder the royal. I thought he was like, oh yeah, I'm just here for like to show power. You know, I was like, holy crap, Falcor's trying to take down the entire country. But
I had written down in my notes.
In hindsight, that makes a lot more sense than him not trying to take down the whole country. You know what I mean?
So one of my notes in last week's session was this. I just sent it to the tavern.
In retaliation, the Night Masks will attack the bank. Their goals to make Zoranda bleed, the Queen and her front. The party may be able to protect them. And we weren't even there to watch them attack the banquet.
So, anyways, like, they really weren't supposed to die. But, anyways, sorry, you guys. I feel like I messed up as a DM today.
You're good. You're good.
No, you didn't at all. No, you're fine.
Nope. Everything happened exactly the way it needed to, and it is perfect.
Besides, that gave me time to think. I'm gonna let these 3 choose whether they want to go straight to Soldan SLR or if they want to come with me to accompany the convoy to go get Deanna. But I do not trust you. You're gonna kill my daughter, so I am gonna go with the convoy to go get Deanna.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bring the son with me.
Okay.
I
mean, if we're gonna have to wait for him anyway, we just go with him.
Well, I like technically speaking, if you guys go to Soldan SLR, you can use the time waiting for me to like get stuff that we need for the next key. You could loot up and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, it's your choice.
We should take the kid. I think if you're going with Deanna, we should take the kid.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the kid should be in Tathir. I think. Well, I mean, I don't think he should be anywhere that isn't sold in SLR. And like, I have a spell that will literally stop the kid from being able to be attacked by vampires.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so,
I was like the only reason I was gonna take him was because I had so many contingencies in case he got attacked. But if you guys have contingencies as well, by all means.
I can also keep him from dying.
I don't think he's gonna get attacked or like. There's no reason to kill him. Like, because this government is a new government, and like to say that he's royalty, well, it's not. I don't think it's like an Aragorn thing where it's like, okay, he comes back in 18 years and he rules. It's just going to be a different form of government. It's so new that
right now, like that, like that's like I think like yeah, we can say that he like it's because like right now Tardith is going to do it, but the reason we want Tardith to be in charge is because he will give up the power if he needs to.
Yeah.
Like that's So I feel like it's like we're taking this kid to Soldan Esselar because he's the true heir of Tethir,
Mhm.
and hopefully at some point he will come back and take the throne. But if he doesn't have to, then he doesn't have to. But I don't know.
I think it's better safe than sorry. We act like he's got a million hitmen out for him at any moment, than to be like, oh, the kid's fine, and then have him get, darted in the neck.
Alarak will go with the child.
Alarak?
That's what I said. Sorry, I was thinking about Alaric, who is very sus to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he saved the kid.
I don't know.
He's also working with what's his face.
Yeah, that's also true.
Even though the current royalty is dead, the scariest thing that's happening in Tethir, in my opinion, is Falcor. Like, we're not talking about a king and queen dying. We're talking about kings and queens and everybody dying if Falcor comes out. So it's like, as much as I am sad and concerned that the king and queen are dead and happy that we brought the baby back, the keys of dissolution still need to be gotten. And so when Asa was like, no, 2 weeks onto the trip, they'll get there before us if they know where it's at. Like, now we gotta get the F out of here. And like, we can ride the woods and the trees, like, because I think last time we traveled through the Weldith and the mountains, we did it really fast. We almost have the time, just because my guy can travel fast through there, and he can make sure we're traveling fast. So it's like, we can ride the mountains and the trees all the way to the coast, but we can't ride the mountains and the trees to Saradouche. So it will just take 2 weeks to get there. But if we took the mountains and the trees to the coast, we might be able to half that time. So...
listen, as a player, 100%.
Trees.
I'm saying as my character, Declan is like.
I don't care what your character.
Okay.
Is. If he wants to go, he can. I'm just saying that like.
No, I know.
So,
but that's what I'm saying is I'm like if you guys are focused on getting the next key, Declan wants to save the kid. So if you guys are not going to take the kid to Soldan Esselar, Declan will.
Okay. Yeah, I think we take the boy.
Asham's going with the kid. Asham cares a lot about order and peace, especially in the country. And it needs an heir.
But that's the thing. He's not going to become the heir.
It'll
like. I just don't think that's going to happen. Like.
So what do you propose instead then? Because either way, we have to take him to Soldan Esselar. So if he's not the heir, I don't understand. Sorry.
Logan, are you trying to speak in your own campaign? Silly Logan.
So let me clarify. Tardith, I had mentioned that he is daunted by the task of being a temporary regent. He is going to step into the role as monarch for the time being until the boy is old enough to take the throne. That is what Tardith was envisioning when he stepped up to the plate for that.
Okay.
Kind of like Denethor in Lord of the Rings, only Denethor never gave up his power.
Yep.
Right.
And it'll be up to Deanna ultimately if the boy knows what he's meant to be. If she's raised.
I envisioned you saying more like Zoranda came into power. It was kind of like a democratic vote because the people believed in her. So she's kind of their ruler because she was kind of voted in. Like, and then I always thought it was more of a democratic thing.
Well,
but if it's still a monarch kind of thing.
I think it was a democratic vote to kick off a monarch, like a monarchy. So it's like they voted for who would begin the monarchy, and that was Zoranda. So now it's a royal bloodline. But they did.
Yeah, and I may not have explained that very well at the beginning, but that's kind of what I was picturing too.
So I envisioned like, they just voted this person in to be their queen and king, and now they have a son, and it's like, okay, well, since they just voted these people in, and it's barely even a kingdom, I just thought it would be like, okay, they just vote somebody else in.
Well,
gotcha. Yeah, sorry for not explaining that. I was picturing the beginning of a dynasty.
Okay.
Right.
That's why, like, this boy is the future kind of a thing.
Okay, let's protect him.
It's like there was a vacuum of power, and and then there was a vote, I guess. I feel like that happens a lot in history in general too. Of like, I don't know, the good guy might kill the bad guy, or the bad guy kills the good guy, and then they take the throne and establish their democracy. But you know, I feel like especially where it was just Zoranda who died, there's a lot of people here that would oppose somebody else taking over that wasn't a part of the inner circle.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, before we go, I have something I want to do.
Oh yeah, you wanted to go see Oliver.
Right. And
Okay.
I guess before that, I wanted to ask Tardith if he knew Evelyn Thornblade or Cedric or Marilyn.
Logan's playing the song for the world's tiniest violin right now.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why me and Caleb are doing this.
I'm not listening to the music. I was just copying you.
Yeah. Actually, I'll leave Evelyn out of that because that's what Oliver requested.
Oliver
but I wanted
wanted.
to ask. Yeah, but I'll ask him about Marilyn and Cedric.
Yeah. So we'll say that after the meeting, everybody parts ways. And Tardith is overwhelmed. But when you knock on his door, he welcomes you in, and he'll say, "Draconis, what is it that I can do for you?"
I know this has been an overwhelming evening, and I don't want to increase your worry. I just want to, and I'll bring out the files concerning those two, and I'm just going to leave these here. These are the files, the blackmail that Insomhume had on these people. I'm just going to leave them here for you to take care of and handle.
I see. And he'll look at him, and he'll say, "This is curious. Marilyn Haresdown was the Lady High... what was her title?
Lady High.
High Ambassador." And, Lord Cedric Stormfield. Cedric Stormfield. He was one of her strongest advocates in the royal courts. Together, they were doing their best to foster relationships with Weldeth Forest.
Okay.
So, the fact that they were being targeted and blackmailed suggests that someone, or pardon me, and Cedric Stormfield was actively building relationships with foreign nationals, with foreign powerful houses, helping solidify the crown's claim to power. And he's still alive. He's still alive. So you guys can ask him about that or anything like that. But
is Marilyn dead?
Marilyn was killed last night, or tonight actually.
Marilyn
Suggests
was an SLR one who was
yes.
Oh,
yeah, that was where Zoranda had spent most of her foreign affairs, trying to put a band-aid over the genocides of the elves. And Marilyn was the instrument of that.
I see. Oh, and last piece of blackmail from what we found in his desk in his office.
Oh, of the noble, or the unnamed noble?
Yeah, what was it? What was his name? I guess if we're looking through it.
I don't think I ever gave him a name.
I don't think you did.
Levi.
Levi. Anchorman.
Levi.
Ackerman.
Oh, Levi, thanks. He did what? No,
Levi Gottschmied.
I just said that because that's, I think, the third time Logan's been like, I didn't give him a name, and I've said Levi. Only once was he actually named Levi, but...
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
Rude. He took his headphones off.
Good.
Hand
No, you're fine.
You're
We love
fine.
We
Take
just wanted
him
to say hi to you.
away.
You're fine. They say we love
A
you.
secret place.
I fear her, dude.
Take him away.
Please, please, please.
This is my broken heart.
I'll be
Remember
right
that
there,
time?
okay?
Remember that time that I invited Emily into my home and she beat me with a pillow?
Remember that time I invited Emily into my home and she beat me with a pillow? All right. All right. So, TARDIS will
Blackmail.
say,
Boom.
in response to this, it appears that someone is trying to undermine Thea's stability.
No shit. No shit. No shit.
You're absolutely right.
Get
That
out.
was a dumb thing to say.
Get out.
But he's gonna
No.
make the connection that,
Yeah.
like, if they don't have any foreign support, it really is just them,
Right.
right? Like, so
Well, let's get this information to Cedric, knowing that there's nothing being held over his head any longer.
So he'll say, yes. Yes. Let us do that. Yes. Okay. See you
And
guys.
I tell him before we head off, there's one more thing I have to take care of. And I run out.
Okay. And
So go-
let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah. We can do it quick. I don't want to take too much more time.
Okay. So you get to Oliver's house, or pardon me, his shop, and it is probably close to midnight at this point.
Yeah.
Or he'll say, Draconis, welcome.
Welcome. I have the things you requested.
Already? So soon? Very
Yes.
well. Because it was just earlier today that you talked with him.
Yep. Yes, I'm very efficient.
So it would seem. So it would seem. And he will take it, and he'll say, this is it, yes. This woman, she has done some terrible things, huh? Did you read through these?
Yes. Did I? I wanted
Don't
to a little
think-
bit.
Maybe you would have skimmed through a little bit of it.
Right, right.
She...
Huh.
So this file is pretty extensive, and there's a bio or description about her, and apparently she is zealously trying to build her family's power and influence. Someone was going to get in her way, and she had him killed.
Ooh,
A
okay.
nobleman. So, using that, Hune was blackmailing her 1,000 gold pieces per month, and had been doing so for the last like 3 or 4 years.
Right.
So,
I guess I'll say, just briefly. I guess I'm more just curious about if you're going to continue to blackmail her, or if you're going to be somewhat of a savior to her, or charge her for the blackmail. Just
but
out of
these
curiosity, she has nothing to do with me.
but these are the tricks of the trade, huh? I could not say.
No worries. And I might just give them to me like, no worries.
Okay. Yeah. And he'll say, I look forward to seeing you again, my friend.
Of course. How much do you want for the bag of holding?
Oh,
I was just gonna not mention it, but now I'm like, I have to mention it. I can't just.
because that was his, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I want to see
he'll
if he's
say,
willing to part with it.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. All right.
Please, sir, give me your
Sit.
bag.
Please. Okay, I'll see. Persuasion is 19.
he will look at the file in his hands, and he'll say, "Ah, but with this you have given me much more than a bag of holding.
Oh.
Thank you. You may keep it."
Oh. And I blush a little bit. You're too kind. If I ever need your help, or if you have any work that needs to be done, please let me know.
I will. I will indeed.
Cool.
Um,
Oh,
and
and I mentioned, did you have a guard, what's his name? A Hector come through earlier?
Hector Zeroni?
yes, he did. He was going on about special shipment. Was that was you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was a little more trickier to get in the vault. I had to I had to get him out of the way.
I see.
Yes. I apologize if it caused any disruption.
No, no disruption, but it was. He was quite upset when I did not have something for him.
I see.
Perhaps I'll take back that bag of holding.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
No.
Let me think. He let's see. I was thinking it was like if he is an alchemist, he might have just speed on hand, and I'd pay him back for whatever. How much would it be to create some? I guess some narcotics for Hector.
He pays quite a lot. He pays close to 200 gold every few weeks. How he pays for it, I am not sure.
Okay.
He steals from the vault.
To get him off of your honestly, to get him off of your back, and make sure there's no more loose ends. What if I pay you 200 gold and you give me some narcotics and I can drop him off at his place?
Ah, this could work. Yes. All right, let us do it.
Yes.
Run.
And I kind of explained to him that Insum Hume is now in jail, and there really shouldn't be anything left to tie you to this. So, but just to leave Hector off in good merits.
Wait. You robbed him and he went to jail?
I work very efficiently.
I should have more jobs for you soon, my friend.
Oh well, thank you. I
Work very efficient.
Yes. Does he like kind of rushing this forward? Does he have like maybe a batch kind of like put together, like because he probably sells to them often?
Is he Walter
He'll
White
say,
on the day
or
off?
he'll put out his hand and he'll say, "I'll take the gold first."
No, yeah, and I give him 200 gold.
Ah, very nice, very nice. He'll open up a box in the back and he'll put the gold in there. And then he'll say, "All right, we are good, we are square."
Perfect. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Bye bye.
I already gave him the drugs.
Narcotics.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you didn't have to be so secretive about it. I would have paid you either way. For the inconvenience. Oh, can I tell if he's being truthful? If he did actually give him the...
Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Let's see. I'm not very good at insight, so that's a 10.
It seems like he's being truthful.
Okay. And I mean, there's not much I can do. If he's feeling confident, then I just didn't want to have anybody angry at anybody, so I'll leave him then. Like,
Why have enemies when you can have
night.
friends, right?
Jason, I hate to say
Right.
it, but you did a terrible job at that because you robbed a man and put him in jail, so he's pissed at you.
Hey,
He doesn't know it's me. I mean, he'll probably figure it out, but...
And so, with that in mind, do you guys have anything else you'd like to do tonight before you take off on your journeys?
Can I insight on the DM to see if you're gonna kill my daughter?
You certainly can.
Wait, actually, let's go, dude.
Yes.
Inside
Nat 20! I kid you not! I kid you not! I kid you not! Right there! I kid you not!
Wow.
That's
All
awesome.
right. I had some quippy response prepared, but with a nat 20, I'll just be honest. I don't know. I don't know. Your actions will decide.
So he's saying
that-
there's a chance.
Can that nat 20 carry over to if I ask you, if I don't go with the convoy, are you gonna kill my daughter?
You lost him.
Oh,
I
he's
know,
gone.
It's okay.
You
It's
lost.
okay. Hey, listen.
Four.
He's got his priorities in check.
The real question is, will your nat 20 carry over to our level up?
So will
I'm
this
so
nat-
sorry. I was distracted. Could
You're
you guys
okay.
say that again?
Will this nat 20 insight carry over to when I ask you, are you gonna kill my daughter if Declan does not go with the convoy?
The answer remains the same. I do not know.
So you're just waiting to figure out how you feel that morning.
He hasn't written that far because he wasn't expecting the king and queen to
Oh.
die last time.
Dude.
So, as you guys go to bed tonight, I want to do one final thing.
Okay.
You guys are in your estate or your rooms in the royal palace. Everyone, roll perception as you go to bed tonight.
Ooh.
Perception
I-
at disadvantage.
Okay, well that's not great.
But why?
17.
12.
Oh, that was cocked.
12.
19. Nope, dirty 20.
Wow.
Dirty 20.
No comment.
Was anybody's second roll or the disadvantage very significant? I'm just curious.
Oh,
Oh, like a high roll?
So
yeah,
I
was
got
your higher roll very much higher?
I mean, yeah.
I got a
Like-
6 on my perception in total. And I got a 5 on my first roll, then I got a 19 on my second roll.
I mean-
So yes, it was very significant on my
It was
end.
Mine
like
was not.
A difference of like,
Although it technically wouldn't have mattered because the 19 was my second roll, so even if it weren't disadvantage, I still would have gotten a 5, so
Okay.
Mine was 15 and 13.
mine was like 5 points.
Mine
different.
was 16 and 13.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, you know what? Instead of rolling for this perception, what is everybody's passive perception? I think we'll go with that.
I think I think that's better than
oh,
mine.
actually, yeah. 13.
11.
Worse than
I'll
my
take
roll.
that.
14.
11. I will
Okay.
take that.
Okay. So wait. Say Draconis, what was yours?
13 for passive.
Nolan?
17.
Asham?
14.
Declan?
11.
When you wake in the morning, Declan, you find that the key of dissolution is missing.
Okay.
Rip.
I wanted to do something before we even went to sleep, but okay. I didn't know we were.
You,
waking
I
up
never
going to
heard
bed.
you wanted to do that. What would you like to do?
Oh, sorry. You were asking. Okay. I kind of wanted to gather everybody in my room and just talk about the day. Like we walked into the like the inn, and you're like, everybody make perception roll, and
Forgive
then we
me.
woke up, and I was like, oh,
Let's-
okay.
Let's walk it
Declan-
back a few steps then. Sure.
Declan
Okay.
walks into Draconis' room and goes, I have a terrible feeling that the key of dissolution is going to be stolen tonight.
Okay.
Dang it, dude.
Well, gee, okay. So, anyways, I want to. So, okay, wow.
You brought
Was
us
there
in here,
anything-
spit it out.
was there anything else magical in the bag? I kind of wanted to go through everything that was
Ooh,
taken.
yeah,
and just
with
kinda,
everybody?
Like, right.
Ah, yes, give me your shield.
So
Don't you? Okay.
that shield was actually that shield and the shield of the Hidden Lord, the shield of Sylvam and the shield of the Hidden Lord were the only two magical items.
Okay. And the Knights of the Shield, the Knights of the Shield, was that magical at all?
Yes.
Okay.
That one
Oh, I
was the
thought
shield
you-
of Sylvam.
Oh, Sylvam. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, the Knights of the Shield one was the Mithril one.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Then can we go through the documents about the Knights of the Shield documents that I found?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So as you guys peruse the documents, there are detailed ledgers of meetings between the Knights of the Shield. It appears that Anselm Hune is the leader of this organization.
Oh.
He is the first lord of the Shield.
Hmm.
And it appears that he has been, and you guys can kind of put it together. Gargoth has kind of corrupted him and the Knights of the Shield.
Mhm.
And where Alaric had been kind of pushing the organization to more crown supportive role, Hune has completely undermined that effort. And the Knights of the Shield have been steadily accumulating more and more wealth and power, and they have control over massive amounts of the market. Like this shop owner here is a manager of a store owned by someone else being Anselm Hune or one of his supporters. That
Okay.
kind of a thing.
Okay.
So like this
Now,
whole
are
block
we
is owned by the Knights of the Shield,
Right.
or yeah.
Okay. Now, are we transporting Anselm Hume tomorrow back to Saradouche?
We're taking
Or
him.
is he staying
He's
locked
in the
up in the city?
dungeon.
He's in the dungeon, and it's safe to assume that he'll be put on trial.
Okay.
And the judgment will happen right here in the capital.
Okay. Good to know.
Outside of that, Anselm Hune in particular has massive amounts of control over both Daramar and Zazaspur, the two largest cities in Tithir.
Okay. Does it also mention like where he has like his vacation homes and stuff like that? Or does it just says like with the things that they own basically?
Yeah.
I guess you said that it says shopkeepers, but like it says like their warehouses as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll say so.
Guys, we can use this to our advantage.
Another heist.
Yeah,
Another
pretty
few
much.
heists.
Yeah. It's just good information to have, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I say like, yeah, go for it.
You will also find, as you read through this, you will say that you guys are flipping through pages, and Draconis, you actually recognize the symbol of the Light Lancers.
Ooh.
It appears that Anselm Hune and the Knights of the Shield are responsible for corrupting several of the members of the Light Lancers.
Ooh. I'm starting to see the connection. Okay.
The Light Lancers under Mirthal were a good organization that completed their orders until they were gifted massive amounts of wealth and paid off.
Okay.
After that, they would do special missions or special jobs like the bombings across the country.
Okay. So it's been confirmed now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it say that Mirthal directly is responsible, or it's just the people under him?
Just the people under him.
Right. Okay, that's what I was suspecting. Okay. Because I do think I do think he's a good guy, but yeah, it makes sense that it's under him. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume it's pretty late. Yeah, so I assume Tardith is already in the bed, and we can share it with him in the morning. But I kind of address everybody. Is there anything that you guys wanted to talk about our future plans? No? Okay, good
Hold on
night.
to the key of dissolution, please. Can I take it to bed?
Dude, I want like now I'm like I want to cast Scry when I wake up to see if he has it, but then I'm like, but I don't want to use a spell slot on that, so I'm like, I'll use it tonight, and then I'm like, no, because that's metagaming. I'm in a rock and a hard place right now. I know I'm gonna lose something really important, and I can't do anything about it.
Okay. All right.
So we'll say that you guys go to bed, and
cool.
Because Nolan needed to leave, but between 4 and 5, and we're past 5.
Let's say that's where we end our session. You wake
I
up and
will-
the key is gone.
I will say though, I think in the night before when we're talking about it, I think Declan's actually gonna say, I trust the convoy to go get Deanna and take her to Solden SLR. I'm gonna come with you guys to Solden SLR.
Okay.
And my reasoning, Logan, who wants to kill a sick, old, little girl, you know?
Sick,
not a little girl,
old
she's like
little-
20-something. That has nothing to do with anything, all right? If you kill her, you're just killing her just to get at me. I'm putting my full faith in you as a person.
Noted.
If you kill his daughter, he will become the main villain of your campaign.
So that's actually why I'm doing it. Is I'm like, if I went, it'd be like we'd have to do a whole bunch of catch up of like, how does Declan get to the rest of the team? And I also remember that I am the important thing we need to get into the next temple. So I'm gonna come with you guys. And like I said, why would he kill Deanna? She's got nothing to do with anything, right?
Right. I mean, you do bring a good point about the prince now, though. But the other thing is, I assume that Falcor is planning on being released way before the prince can even like come of age to rule the kingdom. So
Yeah.
I don't even think he's focused on the prince. He's like, I'm gonna get released before then anyways.
Yeah.
Why would I invest any more
Well, and that's what I'm saying
resources?
too, is I'm like,
Right.
realistically, I don't see why Deanna would be killed, you know? She holds no importance to Falcor at all.
Unless they know our plan.
How would they know our
Well-
plan? And like Ace is saying, Falcor just
I don't
plans
know,
on
dude.
killing everything in 2 seconds. so
Alaric
it's
is
like-
pretty sus. And
Well,
we
they
just
know
told him a
But-
whole plan.
I'm
but
just
we
saying-
didn't-
The thing when you guys were studying notes of the Knights of the Shield, Alaric is a member of the Knights of the Shield.
I knew it.
No.
He was actively
No.
trying to make them be good, right?
He
So-
was.
It was just you had Anselm Hume who was trying to be
Listen,
nardy.
I'm putting my faith in Logan as a person. He's not gonna kill Deanna, all right?
Okay, one thing against that,
None of this. Get that out of here. Get that
Falcor
out of here.
Falcor doesn't like you, and he could send assassins just to kill her despite you.
Oh.
Well, and without revealing too much, that's partially why I did it.
Okay.
I have stuff that I want to see happen, whether or not Deanna
You
lives
want
or
Deanna
dies.
to die.
No,
Alright.
Just
I
saying.
don't want
Just
her to
saying.
die because then it means
He
I have
doesn't want to
do
be a
something very
parent
interesting.
anymore.
Yeah.
He's like,
Too
I
much
want
work.
Declan to have a reason to be a bad guy. Just saying.
No,
So-
I have plans beyond all 4 of your guys' thinking. Okay.
It's gonna be an itch if we don't talk about it now. Is anything else missing, or is it just the key?
Just the key.
Okay, just the
And-
key. Okay.
And that was the other thing I was gonna do.
And the bag of holding.
No.
that was the other thing I was gonna say, and we can do this next time, just as long as Logan, either you remind me or I remember or someone else here remembers. But I do want to scry on the Battle Master to see if he took it. But we don't have to
Okay.
resolve that right now if we don't want to.
Right.
I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there now, so that if we do it next
Thank you.
session, please remind me, anyone, that that's what I'm doing.
Okay,
I-
I'll put that in the master document.
I did have one thing I wanted to do before bed, but it doesn't have to be resolved now.
Sure.
I wanted Nolan to pray to Saluna about the shield.
If
Asham
If
was going to
Asham
pray
is
to
the
Tyr to
Shield of the
level
Hidden
up.
Lord?
Mhm.
Okay.
Asham, if you really want the shield, I'll give you the shield.
Oh, also,
Uh,
Asa, didn't you have a possession of the Battle Master or something like that?
Tetanus.
No, like I didn't Keeper get something off of the Battle Master that
Yeah,
you
wasn't
then
it
took? The ring was the Beast Like there was like an
Right.
amulet or something that he got off the Beast Master. I'm asking if we have any possession off of the Battle Master.
I don't
Don't think
think
so.
No, we didn't
No?
get
Okay.
Did you
anything.
take the arrow out, or did you just stick it in him and that was it?
I
Oh.
stuck it in him, and the rust got in him. But I
And he got
assume
tetanus.
he
So
yeah. Then I
has
gave him tetanus, and I assume he took the arrow out, but I didn't see him take the arrow out.
Oh.
He eventually did, and he was healed.
Right.
Boo.
Okay.
But can you be
Seth,
healed
this-
from
wait,
tetanus?
I
No.
do have to go, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Um,
good. You're good.
Me as well.
But
Asa, that means.
Anyways.
It was fun.
First of all, bye, Logan. Bye.
Yeah.
I am
Bye.
also leaving.
Bye.
Good session. Goodbye.
Good session.
Um,
Bye.